Chapter 939. Zhao Yun's expression darkened even more when she heard that. When had she ever refused to let go of her tears? She had clearly told Lu Lei a long time ago that her heart was not with him, and she had never stopped Lu Lei from dating other girls. But it was obvious that Lu Lei had no feelings for Xiao Hong. It was Xiao Hong's fault for trying to get close to Lu Lei. Xiao Hong, why don't you ask Brother Lu if I'm keeping him? Lu Lei hurriedly said, Xiao Hong, don't say that about Yun. She never said that she wanted to be with me. It's just my wishful thinking. When Xiao Hong heard that, her eyes revealed a lot of bitterness. Why was it like this? She had been taking care of Lu Lei for so long, but he was still thinking about another woman in his heart. And this woman was Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun sighed and reminded Lu Lei, Brother Lei, look carefully. If you really don't want to be with her, then avoid her when you should. If you want to be with her, just pretend that I didn't say anything. After Zhao Yun finished speaking, she turned around and said to Xiao Hong, let me give you a piece of advice. A man's heart is not with you. Even if you use some special method to keep him by your side, he still doesn't love you. With that, Zhao Yun turned and left. Looking at Xiao Hong, this *tch made her feel terrible. Looking at Zhao Yun's arrogant back as she left, Xiao Hong gritted her teeth in hatred. Zhao Yun this *tch. She didn't believe that she couldn't snatch Lu Lei to her side through her method. Zhao Yun don't underestimate her. Lu Lei listened to Zhao Yun's words. He looked in the direction that Zhao Yun left, and then looked at Xiao Hong. Xiao Hong, why don't you not come here in the future before I think it through? I will consider you, but I'm not sure. To protect your reputation, it's better that you don't come here for the time being. These words sounded rather sarcastic to Xiao Hong's ears. Ha! Big Brother Lu. I'm afraid it's too late for you to say that. Do I still have a reputation? It's gone, right? I reckon that other than you, no one else will marry me. After Xiao Hong finished speaking, she wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes and ran off, feeling aggrieved. Lu Lei's heart suddenly ached, and endless guilt emerged in his heart. At the end of the day, he was responsible. It was because his attitude had not been clear that he had given Xiao Hong the wrong impression. However, the current situation seemed to be irreparable. Zhao Yun returned home and checked on Daodu. With proper recuperation, Daodu should be fine. Zhao Yun was going to settle accounts with Zhao Ping'er and Qin Yuan. These two heartless things should at least be caught and scolded a few times. At this moment, Zhao Ping'er and Qin Yuan strolled over to old Zhao's land. Looking at Qin Yuan's busy back view, Zhao Ping'er sat on a rock at the side, cupping her face as she watched. The more she looked, the more she felt that Qin Yuan was exceptionally good-looking even when he was working. Big Brother Yuan is indeed a natural beauty. Zhao Ping'er was infatuated as she watched Qin Yuan's figure. Qin Yuan was unbearably tired at this moment because Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui were ordering him to work. Even if he wanted to slack off, he did not have the opportunity to do so. Chapter 940. Huff, huff. Qin Yuan took a few deep breaths. Just as he was about to sit down and rest after moving the stones, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui shouted at him again. Qin Yuan, hurry up and pile up the stones. Do we still have to pile them up after moving them here? Qin Yuan asked. Of course. Why are you talking so much nonsense? Just do as I tell you to. Qin Yuan pursed his lips, feeling aggrieved. Oh, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui were really not afraid of exhausting him to death. Even if he could do such tiring work at home, he had to go to Zhao Ping'er's house to suffer. The more he thought about it, the angrier Qin Yuan became. He blamed everything on Zhao Ping. When he turned around, he saw Zhao Ping, holding her ugly face and looking at him in a daze. Qin Yuan felt nauseous and quickly looked away. Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui mocked Qin Yuan when they saw him working. "You little rascal, you can't even use your strength when working." "That's right. You're eating for nothing. You're so big, but you're useless. You're better off working in Tianan." I really don't know what eldest sister and brother-in-law are thinking. He's poor, but he doesn't have any skills. Are we going to rely on him to eat in the future? Isn't that the case? Since Xiao Wenhua was not around, Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui started to whisper to each other. However, Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui's whispers still reached Qin Yuan's ears. Qin Yuan clenched his fists tightly when he heard this. But this was too much. Was he that lousy? Today, Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui said that he was lousy. He was more than enough to match that ugly woman, Zhao Ping. Did they not know what Zhao Ping was like? Did they think that just because the third branch had some money, Zhao Ping would be able to get married? Qin Yuan suddenly smashed the stone on the ground. "I quit." In any case, he would be nagged when he was working, so it was better for him to just rest at the side. Qin Yuan clapped his hands and turned to leave. Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui started nagging again when they saw that Qin Yuan had suddenly stopped working. This brat, seriously. He's even throwing a tantrum. You're actually not working anymore. We pay so much every day, how can we not work? Liang Jinshun turned to Zhao Wenhua and said, "Brother-in-law, look at your future son-in-law. He's slacking off again." Hearing Liang Jinshun's complaint, Zhao Wenhua sighed. "Uncle Yuner, forget it. Let him rest and talk to Pinger." "Brother-in-law, how can we do that?" "Sigh, he's just a child. Don't take it to heart." "Brother-in-law, you are really magnanimous. If my future son-in-law was like this, I would definitely scold him. Since he's here to work, how can he slack off?" Zhao Ping heard Liang Jinshun's complaints and said angrily to Liang Jinshun, "Uncle, big brother Yuan has already been busy for a while. Can't you let him rest?" "Seriously. Pinger, you really know how to protect this future husband of yours. You even know how to feel sorry for him." Liang Jinshun's words had a hint of mockery. An unmarried lady who did not know how to be shy all day long. She had not even married yet, and her life was already revolving around this man. Chapter 941. Liang Jinshun glanced at the beads of sweat on Qin Yuan's forehead and couldn't help but laugh. "I say, Ping, lass, what's this little bit of sweat? Can't you see that we're all drenched? Our backs are all sweaty." Liang Jinhui also replied from the side, "Yeah, Ping, lass, who isn't tired from working? Our backs are all drenched, and we didn't even get to rest. He's just sweating a little. Look at how distressed you are. Isn't that right? If everyone is like this, then they should just stop working." That's right, that's right." When Zhao Ping heard that, she had an impulse to kill someone. Her eldest uncle and second uncle were really too much. How could they be like this? Weren't they clearly accusing Qin Yuan of slacking off? The more Zhao Ping thought about it, the angrier she got. Weren't her eldest uncle and second uncle deliberately picking on her? Zhao Ping glanced at Qin Yuan and realized that his expression was very uncomfortable. It looked like he was angry. Big brother Yuan. Zhao Ping was afraid that Qin Yuan had been wronged. Zhao Wenhua sighed and said to Liang Jinshun and Liang Jinhui, "Forget it. He's just a child. I didn't expect him to do much work anyway. You guys don't have to say any more." Only then did Liang Jinshen and Liang Jinhui stop nagging. Zhao Wenhua didn't want to say anything more about Qin Yuan and let him be. Zhao Ping looked at Qin Yuan with heartache. She immediately took out her handkerchief and prepared to wipe the sweat on Qin Yuan's forehead. However, she was rejected by Qin Yuan in disdain. No need. Big brother Yuan, it's better to wipe the sweat. Qin Yuan looked at Qin Yuan with heartache. Qin Yuan frowned and said to Zhao Ping, I'll do it myself. Okay then. Zhao Ping sighed. She was a little sad that Qin Yuan had given her the cold shoulder. At this moment, Mu Hin happened to pass by with a kettle in his hand. This kettle was newly bought. When Mu Hin passed by old Zhao's land, he hid far away, fearing that he would bump into Zhao Tianan and Zhao Ping. She had suffered a loss for nothing once, and she did not want to suffer a second time. When Zhao Tianan saw Mu Hin coming over, he wanted to apologize to Mu Hin, but he saw Mu Hin hiding far away as if he was avoiding the plague. Mu Hin's footsteps were very fast. He lowered his head, looking nervous and cautious. Seeing this, Zhao Tianan could only sigh. He would wait for an opportunity to apologize to Mu Hin later on. Zhao Ping was not in the mood to care about Mu Hin this time because Qin Yuan was beside her. When Mu Hin brought the water over, she saw that Zhu Eru was tired and covered in sweat. She could not help but feel sorry for him. Brother-in-law, why don't I help you? Mu Hin asked. If she helped, although she could not do much heavy work, she could at least help Zhu Eru a little. Zhu Eru smiled and shook his head. He said to Mu Hin, silly girl, this work is done by men. It doesn't make sense for a girl to do it. Just go back and help your sister. Mu Hin hesitated for a while. When she saw that Zhu Eru's back was soaked, she sighed and said, okay then, brother-in-law. Why don't you take a rest first? I brought you some water. Drink some. Zhu Eru thought for a while, nodded, and put down the shovel in his hand. Okay, let's sit aside and drink some water. Okay. As they spoke, the two of them sat down on a rock at the side. Zhu Eru took a deep breath. Chapter 942. It was just that it would cost money to find a bricklayer. Zhu Eru was now saving money where he could. Most of the things that he could solve alone would be solved by himself. If there was something that he couldn't solve, then there was really no other way. He wasn't afraid of being tired. Although it was a little slow to work alone, after all, he could save a lot of money. Unlike Zhao Yun'er's family, they called a lot of people to help as soon as they started work. At this time, a beautiful figure came from not far away. This person was Ma Xiaofeng. After her mother said those words yesterday, Ma Xiaofeng was afraid that Zhao Tianan would give up on her after hearing it. After all, she intended to be with Zhao Tianan in her heart. Not to mention that Zhao Tianan was very honest and good-looking, the most important thing was that his family was well off. After Zhao Yun'er's house was built, she could almost marry over. Then she would live in a big, very comfortable brick house, much more comfortable than her family's adobe house. Before, when she was at odds with Zhao Tianan and angry with Zhao Tianan, she was just angry with Zhao Tianan. She didn't let him get too close to other girls, lest he be bewitched. In the end, it was just a tactic of hers. For men, you couldn't be too enthusiastic. It would make him feel that it was only you. Sometimes, when you threw a tantrum, it made men anxious. After forgiving them again, they would cherish you more. This kind of indifference was the best way to capture a man's heart. Ma Xiaofeng saw through it. Since her mother said those words, Zhao Tianan would definitely be discouraged. At this time, she had to come over to Zhao Tianan and talk to Zhao Tianan again, so that Zhao Tianan wouldn't give up on her easily. Zhao Tianan was an honest person. If she coaxed him well, Zhao Tianan would probably be willing to take out the money. No matter what, she had to hold on to Zhao Tianan. If he could find Zhao Tianan now, he could only go to Zhao Yun'er's land. He couldn't go to Zhao Yun'er's house. When Ma Xiaofeng came over, Zhao Ping'er saw her. She smiled and called out to Ma Xiaofeng, "Xiaofeng, you're here. Are you looking for my brother Tianan?" Ma Xiaofeng nodded shyly. Zhao Ping'er replied with a look of understanding. Seeing her brother and Ma Xiaofeng together, Zhao Ping'er was very happy. Therefore, as his elder sister, she would definitely try her best to matchmake them if she could. Zhao Ping'er called out to Zhao Tianan. "Tianan, come here quickly. Xiao Feng is here to see you." Zhao Tianan heard Zhao Ping'er calling out to him, and also heard that Ma Xiaofeng was looking for him. His entire body stiffened. He didn't know if he should go and look for Ma Xiaofeng. After all, he liked Ma Xiaofeng. Knowing that Ma Xiaofeng came to look for him, he naturally couldn't wait to see Ma Xiaofeng. If it was in the past, he would have immediately put down the work at hand and rushed over. Now, he was considering it. If he went over, he would probably have an unbreakable and messy relationship with Ma Xiaofeng. However, he couldn't take out the 50 taels of silver. Too much contact with Ma Xiaofeng would only delay Ma Xiaofeng. After this dilemma, Zhao Tianan finally decided to forget about it and not go over. Thus, he said to Zhao Ping'er, "Eldest sister, I still have work to do." Zhao Ping'er was a little disappointed. "What work? Xiaofeng is here. Why aren't you taking a look? Don't regret it when Xiaofeng leaves." Chapter 943. What he meant was that Zhao Ping'er shouldn't rush him, and Zhao Tianan shouldn't delay his work just to see Ma Xiaofeng. When Zhao Wenhua spoke, Zhao Ping'er pouted in complaint but didn't say anything. Zhao Tianan followed Zhao Wenhua and responded, "Sis, Dad is right. I'd better get to work first." Ma Xiaofeng smiled and said considerately to Zhao Ping'er, "Sister Ping'er, it's okay. Let Tianan work first. I'm not in a hurry. I'll just wait for him here." Ma Xiaofeng's words were very considerate of Zhao Tianan. When Zhao Tianan heard this, he opened his mouth to say that Ma Xiaofeng didn't need to pay attention to him and could go back by herself. Unfortunately, he couldn't bring himself to say this. After thinking about it, he decided to forget it. He would work a little more. When Ma Xiaofeng waited for a long time, she would naturally go back by herself. Zhao Ping'er smiled and responded, "Okay then. Xiaofeng, we can have a chat." After saying that, Zhao Ping'er said to Zhao Tianan, "Tianan, did you see that? Xiaofeng is so nice to you. Hurry up and get to work. Don't let her wait for too long." Zhao Tianan responded faintly. He was a little restless. Zhao Ping intimately pulled Ma Xiaofeng to the side to sit down and chattered non-stop. Ma Xiaofeng was a little annoyed by Zhao Ping'er's chatter and scolded Zhao Ping'er for being an idiot. She wasn't in the mood to listen to Zhao Ping'er. Ma Xiaofeng's gaze fell on Mu Hin, who wasn't far away. She was wondering why Zhao Tianan didn't like to talk to her today. Besides what her mother said, was it also related to Mu Hin? If that was the case, would Zhao Tianan fall in love with someone else? Ma Xiaofeng knew that a man's heart was the easiest to change. Although Zhao Tianan used to like her, Mu Hin wasn't bad after all. He was quite good-looking, even prettier than her. Now that Mu Hin brought water over from time to time, she had the opportunity to hang out with Zhao Tianan. Therefore, Mu Hin was still a little dangerous for Ma Xiaofeng. Perhaps Zhao Tianan would fall in love with Mu Hin after seeing her every day. Zhao Ping'er saw that Ma Xiaofeng ignored her when she spoke, so she followed Ma Xiaofeng's gaze to Mu Hin. At this time, Mu Hin and Zhu Eru sat opposite each other. He poured a glass of cold water for Zhu Eru, and Zhu Eru drank it in one gulp. After drinking a lot of water in one gulp, Zhu Eru felt a lot more comfortable. He worked hard and sweated a lot, so he needed to constantly replenish his body with water. Looking at the beads of sweat on Zhu Eru's forehead, Muhin took out a handkerchief and wiped it for Zhu Eru. "Brother-in-law, wipe your sweat. You should rest for a while more. You're sweating too much." "Okay." Zhao Eru answered without hesitation and smiled at Muhin. This scene just happened to fall into Zhao Pinger's eyes. When Zhao Pinger saw this, she couldn't help but mock and ridicule, "This be asterisk tch. She really is a be asterisk tch. How could there be such a person? Seducing others is one thing, but look at her. She actually seduced her own brother-in-law." Ma Xiaofeng's eyes lit up. "Ping don't talk nonsense. She might not be seducing her brother-in-law. Maybe she just feels sorry for him." On the surface, Ma Xiaofeng was defending Muhin, but it made Zhao Ping more certain that Muhin was seducing Zhu Eru. Chapter 944. After that, Zhao Ping's eyes fell on Muhin again. It's her older sister who feels sorry for her brother-in-law. Look, she acted so intimately in front of so many people. She's so shameless. Her older sister didn't see it. If she did, she'd be furious. We can't have such a person in our village. No, I have to talk to other people in the village and see if she still has the face to walk around in the village. Thinking that Muhin would be scolded if the gossip spread, Zhao Ping felt satisfied. Ma Xiaofeng frowned and asked, "Ping, I don't think it's a good idea. After all, we don't have any evidence. What if they come to our door? How can we explain it to them?" Zhao Ping snorted again. "Xiaofeng, what evidence do you need? We saw it with our own eyes, didn't we? Do you think we've wronged her?" "But, Xiaofeng, don't say, but. I'll talk to them. If they come to cause trouble later, I'll take the responsibility. Anyway, we have to let people know the real face of this bitch and let Tianan see it clearly," Zhao Pinger said angrily. Ma Xiaofeng's eyes flashed with a hint of schadenfreude. Ma Xiaofeng knew that Zhao Pinger wouldn't be able to do anything good, but her ability to stir up trouble and spread rumors was not to be underestimated. She wanted to see how miserable Muhin would be when the time came. Gossip was a terrible thing. Sometimes, these hurtful rumors were even worse than a fight. "Ping, fine. I don't want to get involved in this kind of thing. I don't want Tianan to think it was my idea," Ma Xiaofeng said in a low voice. Zhao Ping patted Ma Xiaofeng's shoulder and said to Ma Xiaofeng, "Xiaofeng, what are you thinking about? Of course, it wasn't your idea. I was the one who did it." "Sure," Ma Xiaofeng said, then turned to look at Zhao Tianan. Why didn't Zhao Tianan have any intention of resting after working for so long? She was a little anxious from waiting, and her heart was faintly worried. Was Zhao Tianan doing this on purpose and deliberately ignoring her? "Ouch!" Qin Yuan called out softly. Zhao Ping hurriedly asked, "Big brother Yuan, what's wrong with you?" Qin Yuan frowned and said, "My back hurts." "Aw. Waist pain." Zhao Ping immediately panicked. "Big brother Yuan, what do we do then? Was he injured? Let me show you." Saying that, Zhao Ping wanted to lift up Qin Yuan's clothes to see what was wrong with Qin Yuan's waist. Qin Yuan shouted loudly, "Zhao Ping, what are you doing?" Zhao Ping looked at Qin Yuan pitifully and said, "Big brother Yuan, I'm just here to see how your waist is." Qin Yuan felt that he was about to die from anger because of Zhao Ping. Why are you lifting up my clothes?" Zhao Ping met Qin Yuan's fierce eyes and felt a little scared. Big brother Yuan, if I don't lift up your clothes, how can I see what's wrong with your waist? Qin Yuan felt that there was a mouthful of blood in his chest, and he almost spat it out. Zhao Ping, you idiot, he really couldn't stand it anymore. Zhao Ping, my waist was just sprained when I was working. What can you see from it? Besides, you're a girl. Don't you think that you're a little too shameless? How can you lift up a man's clothes in public? Chapter 945. Brother Yuan, I'm just concerned about you. Qin Yuan glared at Zhao Ping. Concerned about me? Is this how you should be concerned about me? Aren't you afraid of being laughed at by others? Zhao Ping, you're really interesting. Zhao Ping was scolded by Qin Yuan and didn't even dare to breathe loudly. She could only put on an aggrieved face. Brother Yuan, please don't be angry. I won't dare to do it again. Isn't this enough? Qin Yuan looked at Zhao Ping with disgust. He was too lazy to say another word to Zhao Ping. This stupid woman, it's useless to say another word. Brother Yuan, can I help you rub it? It'll be much better if I rub it a little. Zhao Ping looked at Qin Yuan again and suggested. Qin Yuan was unwilling to let Zhao Ping touch him. He felt uncomfortable just by touching her. It's okay. I'm fine. Zhao Yun curled her lips and could only nod. Well. All right then. Brother Yuan, you can rub it by yourself. You don't have to do any work later. My father is really too much. You just came here and he already made you do heavy work. Seeing Zhao Ping's distressed expression, Ma Xiaofeng thought that Zhao Ping was really a weirdo. She didn't know why Zhao Ping would treat such a useless man like him as a treasure. He had only done a little work, but he was already exhausted. If he had to do more work, it would be even worse. She reckoned that after he got married, he wouldn't be able to do that kind of work in the future. Okay. Qin Yuan answered indifferently. If it wasn't for the fact that he didn't have to come, he wouldn't have come to help. It was his mother who encouraged him to come. In addition, he could eat some delicious food at Zhao Yun's house. That was why Qin Yuan agreed. At this time, Zhao Yun walked over from afar with a sullen face. Ma Xiaofeng was a little nervous when she saw Zhao Yun. She ran over at this time. In Zhao Yun's opinion, she must be seducing her brother. Zhao Yun saw Zhao Ping, Qin Yuan, and Ma Xiaofeng from afar. Although there was a hint of disgust in Zhao Yun's eyes when she saw Ma Xiaofeng, Zhao Yun wasn't in the mood to bicker with Ma Xiaofeng. This time, he came over to ask if Zhao Ping and Qin Yuan still had any conscience. Seeing Zhao Yun walk over, Zhao Ping and Qin Yuan inexplicably felt a little guilty. They felt that Zhao Ping was here to cause trouble for them. Sure enough, Zhao Yun stepped forward, walked in front of Zhao Ping and gave her a slap. Only a slap sound was heard. Everyone present was stunned for a moment. Then, they realized that Zhao Ping had been slapped. They saw that there was a clear red palm print on Zhao Ping's face. Zhao Ping also felt the burning pain on her face. Zhao Ping was stunned for a few seconds before she realized that she had been slapped. Zhao Ping stared at Zhao Yun angrily and said, Zhao Yun, why did you slap me? After saying that, Zhao Ping wanted to rush over and teach Zhao Yun a lesson. She couldn't let Zhao Yun slap her face for nothing, right? However, before Zhao Ping could touch Zhao Yun, she was pushed back by Zhao Yun. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth evoked a cold smile. Why did I hit you? Why do you think? Are you crazy? How would I know? Chapter 946. Zhao Wenhua was alerted by Zhao Yun-er's noise, so he walked towards Zhao Yun-er. What's going on? Ping-er, you must have done something to upset Yun-er, right? Zhao Wenhua was obviously siding with Zhao Yun-er. Zhao Ping-er felt even more uncomfortable after hearing that. How could her father do that? He was completely siding with Zhao Yun-er. She was wronged, but Zhao Wenhua was siding with Zhao Yun-er. Zhao Ping looked at Zhao Wenhua angrily. Dad, you're too much. It was Zhao Yun who ran to me and hit me. What could I do? Look at my face. Why are you still siding with Zhao Yun-er? Dad, I'm your daughter too. How can you be so biased? Zhao Ping-er's face was really swollen, so she couldn't speak clearly. Zhao Wenhua felt a little embarrassed after hearing Zhao Ping-er's words. He cleared his throat and asked Zhao Yun-er, what happened? What did Ping do? Zhao Yun-er snorted. Dad, why don't you ask her what she did with me, her future brother-in-law? Qin Yuan noticed that Zhao Yun-er was talking about him, so he turned to look at Zhao Yun-er. He didn't do anything, but precisely because he didn't do anything, Zhao Yun-er was angry. Qin Yuan thought for a while. He guessed that Zhao Yun-er was talking about Dowdu falling into the water. Did something happen to your son? Qin Yuan asked carefully. Zhao Yun-er's eyes glinted coldly. Oh, you do know. Zhao Wenhua was even more confused. What on earth was going on? Why couldn't she figure it out? Yun-er, can you tell me what happened? What happened to Dowdu? Zhao Yun-er patiently recounted the matter once more. Zhao Wenhua was furious after hearing it. He knew that if Lu Lei hadn't come to save Dowdu, Dowdu would have been in big trouble. His daughter and son-in-law were standing by the river when Dowdu fell into it, but they didn't do anything. It was no wonder that Zhao Yun would be angry. Zhao Ping-er retorted indignantly. Zhao Yun-er, that's your son, not mine. Why should Brother Yuan and I save him? Seriously, so what if I don't save him? What right do you have to hit me? Zhao Yun-er saw that Zhao Ping-er was still stubborn. It seemed that she hadn't taught her enough lessons. Zhao Yun-er slapped Zhao Ping-er again. This time, blood flowed out of Zhao Ping-er's mouth. Zhao Ping-er cried out in pain. Qin Yuan was so frightened that he shuddered. Zhao Yun-er was too fierce, wasn't she? What if Zhao Yun-er taught him a lesson? It was all Zhao Ping-er's fault. If he had fallen into the water to save Dowdu, not only would Zhao Yun not come to find trouble with him, but she would also be grateful to him. Qin Yuan regretted it a little when he thought about it. Zhao Ping-er cried and tugged at the corner of Zhao Wenhua's shirt. Father, look at Zhao Yun-er. She's too much. Father, you can't let Zhao Yun-er bully me like this. Father, help me. Chapter 947. Zhao Ping-er pursed her lips and said indignantly, that little bastard's life is tough. Isn't he fine now? After Zhao Ping-er finished speaking, Zhao Wenhua also gave Zhao Ping-er a tight slap. You little girl, you really don't change. How can you even say something like that? You're really too disappointing. After being lectured by Zhao Wenhua, Zhao Ping-er was so angry that she directly sat on the ground and cried. As she cried, her two legs could not help but kick here and there. Ah, you all bullied me. You are all bad people. Qin Yuan looked at Zhao Ping-er on the ground as if he was looking at an idiot. God! Who could tell him if he could not be together with this crazy woman, Zhao Ping-er? Now you know how to cry. Zhao Ping-er, let me tell you, today is Dowdu's lucky day. If something had happened to Daodu, your ending would definitely be worse than today. After being threatened by Zhao Yun like this, Zhao Ping was very scared in her heart. Zhao Yun's fierce gaze was telling people that she would definitely do what she said. She could not beat Zhao Yun, and her parents were protecting Zhao Yun, and this loss could only be swallowed back into her stomach. After Zhao Yun finished lecturing her, her gaze fell on Qin Yuan again. Qin Yuan was really guilty when Zhao Yun looked at him like this. Qin Yuan hurriedly avoided her gaze and evaded her gaze. Zhao Ping guessed that Zhao Yun was definitely going to cause trouble for Qin Yuan, so she said to Zhao Yun, what are you doing? What does this have to do with Brother Yuan? Brother Yuan doesn't know how to swim. Zhao Ping looked like she was afraid that Zhao Yun would do something to harm Qin Yuan. Zhao Yun saw that Zhao Ping was really protective of Qin Yuan. This woman was probably only this sincere towards Qin Yuan. Don't know how to swim. Zhao Yun's lips curled up as if she did not quite believe it. Zhao Ping glared at Zhao Yun and replied, Brother Yuan just doesn't know how to swim. So what? Zhao Yun's sarcastic voice laughed. Don't know how to swim. If a man doesn't know how to swim, then I can only say that he is really a piece of trash. After Zhao Yun's words, Qin Yuan's face and his ears turned red. After all, who would want to be called a piece of a man's a piece? Zhao Ping directly gnashed her teeth in anger. Zhao Yun this little bitch, bullied her, but now she actually bullied her man. She even called her man a piece of trash. Wasn't she indirectly scolding her? She was a person who could only marry a piece of trash. Zhao Yun you've crossed the line. Don't bully people here. Zhao Yun snorted coldly. So what? I'm telling the truth. Which man doesn't know how to swim? Tell me, if he isn't a piece of trash, what is he? You, Zhao Ping, did not know how to refute Zhao Yun for a moment. The men in this era indeed knew how to swim. If Qin Yuan did not know how to swim, he would inevitably be called a piece of trash. Qin Yuan really could not stand it anymore. After Qin Yuan's face darkened, he said to Zhao Yun, I know how to swim. I'm not a piece of trash. After Qin Yuan finished speaking, Zhao Wenhua sighed. Yuan, since you know how to swim, why didn't you save Daodu when he fell into the water? Facing Zhao Wenhua's questioning gaze, Qin Yuan lowered his head. Uncle, it's not that I didn't want to save him. It was Ping who stopped me. Chapter 948. Qin Yuan wasn't trying to put the blame on Zhao Ping, but it was the truth. Hearing that, Zhao Wenhua's face changed. She felt that her eldest daughter was really unreasonable. How could she do that? If she really didn't do anything, it wouldn't have been a big deal. However, when Qin Yuan was about to help, Zhao Ping suddenly came to stop them. Zhao Wenhua didn't know how to express her disappointment. How could there be a woman as vicious as Zhao Ping? Unreasonable, simply too unreasonable. Zhao Yun stared at Zhao Ping coldly. Ping, you're really something. Ping, don't you think that you've crossed the line? Daodu is your biological nephew. How could you be so cruel to him? Everything we eat and drink is earned by Yun. Don't you know how to be grateful? Zhao Yun stared at Zhao Ping. Maybe the food is eaten by a dog. No, you can't insult a dog. A dog knows how to be grateful. Does he know that? You, Zhao Ping, I know that I can't punish you. After all, murder is illegal. Just wait and see. You'll suffer in the future. Zhao Yun sneered, then strode away. Looking at Xiao Ping's stupid face, she felt a little annoyed. Of course, Xiao Yun's words were not just for show. After a while, Xiao Ping would know what it meant to live a life worse than death. Xiao Ping was scared by Xiao Yun's look before she left. She couldn't help but tremble. Who are you trying to scare? I'm not scared. Although Xiao Ping said that firmly, she was actually worried in her heart. That woman, Xiao Yun, is still too dangerous, too terrifying. What if he really hardened his heart and made a move against her? Zhao Wenhuo looked at Xiao Ping in disappointment. He flung his sleeves and said, I can't be bothered with you anymore. After speaking, Xiao Yunlong no longer paid attention to Xiao Ping. He turned around and continued to work. Qin Yuan looked at Xiao Ping with disdain. It was all because of this idiot. If it weren't for her, he wouldn't have been implicated today and wouldn't have been criticized. Big brother Yuan, I'm in so much pain. Help me up. Xiao Ping looked at Qin Yuan pitifully. Qin Yuan snorted. Xiao Ping, you asked for it. You vicious woman. After that, Qin Yuan also turned around and left. He didn't want to talk to Xiao Ping at all. Seeing that even Qin Yuan was angry at her, Xiao Ping pouted. It's all because of that bitch, Xiao Ping. Ma Xiaofeng glanced at Xiao Ping, who was on the ground. She also thought that Xiao Ping was a weirdo. She was really stupid. Xiao Yun had a prince behind her, but she didn't try to please Xiao Yun. Instead, she liked to offend Xiao Yun. It was definitely right to say that there was something wrong with her brain. Originally, she was hoping that Xiao Ping would say a few good words about her in front of Xiao Yun. Now, it seemed that it was already good that Xiao Ping didn't implicate her. Ma Xiaofeng couldn't comment on Xiao Ping. After all, she still had to maintain her relationship with Xiao Ping on the surface. However, she was still thinking about whether she should be close to Xiao Ping in the future. What if because she was together with Xiao Ping, she implicated Xiao Yun and hated her? She probably wouldn't have the chance to take advantage of Xiao Yun in the future. Wowu, Xiaofeng, I'm in so much pain. Can you give me a hand? Wowu, it's really painful. Chapter 949. Xiao Ping was a little heavy, so Ma Xiaofeng had a hard time pulling her up. When she finally pulled Xiao Ping up, she almost fell down. This idiot was getting fatter and fatter. She didn't know if it was because the food in the third branch was too good, but Xiao Ping had become fat. The truth was similar to what Ma Xiaofeng thought. Compared to before, Xiao Ping had gained about 20 kilograms. In the past, old Xiao's family couldn't afford to eat good food even if they wanted to. Not to mention eating oily food, it was already very difficult to eat white rice and oily food for every meal. Under such conditions, although Xiao Ping liked to eat, there was no nutrition at all, so she naturally couldn't gain weight. Now, old Xiao's family basically had meat for every meal, and the oily food was heavier. In addition, Xiao Ping ate hard every day, so she was the first to eat any good food. In this way, over time, Xiao Yun's weight directly increased by a lot. Therefore, Xiao Yun's weight now was 20 kilograms heavier than before. There was an extra layer of flesh on his body, but it was not too obvious. The main thing was his face. After being slapped by Xiao Yun, it was directly swollen. Coupled with the original birthmark on Xiao Ping's face, Ma Xiaofeng now only felt that Xiao Ping was a pig's head. Not to mention that men would be afraid of such an appearance, even she, a woman, couldn't accept it. Ma Xiaofeng suddenly felt that Qin Yuan was not only a man, but a very courageous man. How could he not be a man if he dared to marry such a woman? After being pulled up, Zhao Ping looked at Ma Xiaofeng gratefully and said, Xiaofeng, you're the best. You're ignoring me, only you care about me. Ma Xiaofeng's mouth twitched. If she could ignore Zhao Ping, she also didn't want to talk to Zhao Ping. This idiot was really too annoying. Ma Xiaofeng couldn't express these thoughts in her heart. Instead, she pulled the corners of her mouth and said to Zhao Ping, Sister Ping, what are you talking about? We're good friends, how can I ignore you? Zhao Ping, was touched when she heard this. Xiaofeng, that's why I said you're the best. Ma Xiaofeng smiled guiltily. She didn't know what she was thinking, so she felt guilty when Zhao Ping, praised her like this. Ping, I think you should go back and have a good rest. Your face is seriously injured. You'd better go to see a doctor. Zhao Ping, touched her face. It was swollen and painful now. Zhao Yun, that bitch, must have used all her strength. She hit her so hard. Xiaofeng, is it serious? Ma Xiaofeng nodded seriously. Of course it is. Ping, you're about to get married. If your face is still like this before you get married, you won't look good when you get married. What if your husband dislikes you? Zhao Ping, rolled her eyes and listened to Ma Xiaofeng's words. Thinking about it, she felt that Ma Xiaofeng's words were quite reasonable. Xiaofeng, I'd better go to see a doctor. Ma Xiaofeng nodded. Chapter 950. Ma Xiaofeng was now only concerned about Zhao Tianan, so that she could say a few words to Zhao Tianan. How could she be in the mood to pay attention to Zhao Ping? Ma Xiaofeng was silent for a moment, not knowing how to refuse. At this time, Ma Xiaofeng looked at her pitifully again. Xiaofeng, I'm in so much pain. Zhao Yun, that bitch, is so ruthless. I feel like my butt is blooming. Ma Xiaofeng's mouth kept twitching. Zhao Ping came to beg her shamelessly, so she really couldn't refuse. Looking in the direction of Zhao Tianan, Ma Xiaofeng bit her lower lip. Hey, okay, Sister Ping, then I'll send you back. Ma Xiaofeng said. She was extremely reluctant. After all, if she sent Zhao Ping away, she wouldn't be able to wait for Zhao Tianan. Zhao Ping looked at Ma Xiaofeng happily. Xiaofeng, I know you're the best. You'll send me back. Ma Xiaofeng couldn't help rolling her eyes in her heart. It was really interesting. She just didn't want to send her back. Could it work? It was obvious that it couldn't. Ma Xiaofeng found that she didn't have much patience for Zhao Ping. She just wanted Zhao Ping, this idiot, to stop bothering her in the future. It was simply too annoying. Before Ma Xiaofeng left, she glanced at Zhao Tianan again, and there was a touch of sadness between her eyebrows. Let's go. Don't talk about this, Sister Ping, Zhao Ping nodded heavily. Watching Ma Xiaofeng send Zhao Ping away, Zhao Tianan took a deep look at their backs and then withdrew his gaze. Zhao Tianan let out a sigh of relief. After Ma Xiaofeng left, Zhao Tianan felt his body relax a lot. At this time, Mu Hin was just about to go back. When she passed by Zhao Yun's land, Zhao Tianan hurriedly caught up with her. Mu Hin. Mu Hin knew it was Zhao Tianan. But now she couldn't avoid Zhao Tianan. It wasn't because she didn't want to talk to Zhao Tianan, but now she was afraid of Zhao Ping. What if Zhao Ping made trouble for her again? So after Zhao Tianan called Mu Hin lowered her head and didn't want to respond. Instead, she continued to walk forward. Zhao Tianan suddenly became anxious and hurriedly continued to catch up. She rushed directly in front of Zhao Tianan and blocked Mu Hin. Mu Hin didn't know that Zhao Tianan was in front of her, so she still lowered her head and continued to walk. But she didn't expect that she would directly bump into Zhao Tianan's arms. Hiss. Mu Hin's head hit Zhao Tianan's chin. Both of them gasped at the same time. Mu Hin raised her head and met Zhao Tianan's eyes. She was stunned. Then her ears began to turn red. She looked shy. Zhao Tianan and Mu Hin were very close to each other. He could clearly see the pores on Mu Hin's face. It was also the first time that he had been so close to a girl. His face couldn't help burning. Zhao Tianan was so nervous that he didn't know what to say. "What's wrong with you?" Mu Hin asked weakly. Her heart was twisted, and she was unusually nervous. I have something to tell you," Zhao Tianan stammered and finally said. Mu Hin lowered her head and didn't dare to continue to look at Zhao Tianan. "If you have something to say it quickly. If your sister sees it, she'll make trouble for me later," Mu Hin urged with some complaints and grievances. Chapter 951. Zhao Tianan said in a low voice, "That's why I'm here to talk to you. My sister went too far with what she said before, so I'm here to apologize to you. You don't take my sister's words to heart. I'll compensate you for the kettle that my sister broke." Mu Hin was a little nervous when he spoke. In fact, he was more worried that Mu Hin would make a fuss about it, and it was true that his sister had gone too far. Mu Hin shook his head. "You don't have to compensate me, and you don't have to apologize. It's none of your business. But we'd better keep a distance. Your sister is too scary. What if she catches me and beats me and scolds me again? What should I do?" Zhao Tianan was a little anxious. He didn't know what to say either. I'll try my best to protect you in the future. I won't let my sister bully you." Mu Hin's body stiffened for a moment, then he said, "Thank you. You're a good person. I'll leave now." Mu Hin still didn't want to have anything to do with Zhao Tianan, so he hurriedly ran away. Looking at Mu Hin's back as he left, Zhao Tianan felt a sense of loss in his heart. After Zhao Yunhe went back, she spent the rest of her time with Daodu, in case something happened to Daodu. Zhao Yunhe thought for a while. In the future, she wouldn't let Daodu stay by her side, and she wouldn't let Daodu do this or that. It wasn't the root of the problem, and it wasn't a solution. Only when Daodu learned how to do it would he be able to solve the problem by himself when he encountered danger. Zhao Yunhe thought for a while, then finally said, "Daodu, I'll teach you how to swim in the future, okay?" Daodu nodded excitedly and replied, "Okay, mother, Daodu wants to learn how to swim. This way, Daodu won't be afraid of falling into the water." Zhao Yunhe patted Daodu's head. "Of course. Once you learn how to swim, you won't have to worry about falling into the water." "Mom, Daodu is so scared today. What if Daodu can't see you again?" With that, Daodu burrowed into Zhao Yunhe's arms again. After all, he was still a 3-year-old child. This time, he was indeed quite frightened. Zhao Yunhe patted Daodu's back and said to Daodu, "That won't happen. Daodu is blessed by God. Such a thing will never happen again. By the way, mother, when will father come back?" "In a few days." "Why? Does Daodu miss father?" Daodu nodded. He's only been gone for a day. But Daodu misses father." A smile appeared on Zhao Yunhe's face. Suddenly, Zhao Yunhe thought of a question. She couldn't help but ask Daodu, "Daodu, if father and mother can't be together in the future, do you want to be with father or mother?" Zhao Yunhe knew that it was a little cruel for a child to ask this question. However, this was a situation that could happen in the future. Zhao Yunhe saw that Daodu was very attached to Mu Lianfeng now. She was afraid that his attachment to Mu Lianfeng might surpass her, his mother. Daodu frowned and seemed to be very conflicted. Mom, Daodu likes Mom and Dad, and I love Dad. Daodu even wants to be with Father. Mother, don't you want to be with Father in the future? Speaking of this, Daodu's little brows were knitted together. He looked worried and sad. Zhao Yuner sighed slightly and said to Daodu, "No, Mother is just saying what if." What if, Daodu, what will you choose? Chapter 952. After thinking for a while, he finally said to Zhao Yun, Mother, if you can't be with Father, then Daodu will definitely choose you. Daodu likes Mother the most, Daodu doesn't want to leave Mother. After saying that, Daodu intimately hugged Zhao Yun's neck. When Zhao Yun heard Daodu's words, she felt a burst of sweetness in her heart, sighing that she really didn't raise this son for nothing. Sure enough, he was closer to her. Okay, Daodu, go to bed early. Zhao Yun called out. NN. Daodu obediently got into bed. Zhao Yun took the opportunity to lie down beside Daodu. The mother and son fell asleep together, and soon fell asleep. In the middle of the night, Zhao Yun heard someone knocking on her door again. Her sharp hearing made Zhao Yun suddenly wake up. Zhao Yun's eyebrows were knitted together, and her face was full of vigilance. It was so late, who would come to her house? It definitely wasn't a good thing. Zhao Yun was a woman, and she wasn't sure who she could deal with. If it was an ordinary person like Zhu Sanlu, it would be fine, but she was afraid that it was someone powerful. Because Mu Lianfeng had been attacked twice, Zhao Yun knew that there were many dangerous people in the dark watching Mu Lianfeng. Could it be because of this, after Mu Lianfeng left, someone came to find trouble with her? If it was those martial arts masters, Zhao Yun felt that she definitely wouldn't be able to deal with them. Her mediocre martial arts could only deal with ordinary people. Standing in front of those who were really skilled in martial arts, she definitely didn't have the strength to truss a chicken. Zhao Yun held the dagger that Mu Lianfeng gave her in her hand. As long as someone came in, she would definitely stab it. Who is it? Zhao Yun asked outside the door. It's me, Yi Li. A weak but familiar man's voice came from outside. Zhao Yun was startled. She never thought that it would be Yi Li. This man really came to find her. Zhao Yun hurriedly opened the door, and saw a figure fall in. Then Yi Li lay on the ground as if she was unconscious. Did this man come to her house with his last breath? A fishy smell also entered Zhao Yun's nostrils. It was bloody. It seemed that Yi Li was injured. However, the smell of blood after all, the smell was. Zhao Yun hurriedly lit the candle. After the room was bright, Zhao Yun saw the scene in the room and Yi Li's situation clearly. There were a few wounds on Yi Li's body before, but she treated them simply with dou sha. In the past 2 days, he must have been running around in order to escape from being caught, so his wounds became more serious. His face was abnormally pale, which was the appearance of someone who had lost his blood. Seeing this, Zhao Yun frowned more deeply. How did he become like this? Zhao Yun thought that since Yi Li's kung fu was so good, he should be able to keep himself safe. She didn't expect that he would become like this. It was really terrible. Zhao Yun squatted in front of Yi Li, and put her finger under Yi Li's nose to feel his breath. She found that his breath was very weak. If she didn't treat the wounds on Yi Li's body properly, something worse might happen to Yi Li. If he couldn't even save his life, no, she couldn't let this man die. After all, they were friends. Chapter 953. Furthermore, he must have no other friends to rely on, which was why he was in such a state. Zhao Yun hurriedly checked on Yi Li's injuries. She had to help Yili treat it properly. If the wound became infected or festered, there was an 80% chance that his life would be in danger. Facing another strange man, Xiao Yun really didn't want to have too much contact. If Mu Lianfeng knew about this, he would definitely be jealous. However, this was a human life after all. Xiao Yuner had no choice but to save it. It was late at night, so she could not call anyone over. Furthermore, the fewer people who knew about Yili coming over to her place, the better. Yili was a wanted criminal. Once news of this spread, the authorities would definitely come over to arrest Yili. She would also be implicated and sent to jail. After all, she had harbored a wanted criminal. It was inevitable that she would be held accountable. Therefore, she had to do it herself and help Yili clean his wounds. Fortunately, Mu Lianfeng had left behind some good medicine for Yili, otherwise, she would not be able to get herbs for Yili in the middle of the night. Xiao Yuner first went to the kitchen to boil some hot water so that she could clean the original bloodstains on Yili's body. After a while, Xiao Yuner came back into the house from the kitchen. Facing Yili, who was lying on the floor, Xiao Yuner could not let Yili sleep on the same bed as her and Daodu. Therefore, she had to make a mattress on the floor. Xiao Yuner had bought a few quilts. The old quilts in her house could be spread on the floor, so she did not have to worry about getting dirty. After making the mattress on the floor, Xiao Yuner moved Yili to the mattress on the floor. She began to take off Yili's coat and wet it with water. After carefully wiping it, she applied the medicine on Yili's wounds. Mom! Daodu was awakened by Xiao Yuner's movements. He rubbed his sleepy eyes and got up. He glanced at Yili, who was lying on the floor, and said softly, "Mom, is Dad back?" Xiao Yuner shook her head. "No, it's not your dad." Daodu saw Yili on the floor clearly. He sounded excited. "Oh, Mom, it's Uncle. Beautiful Uncle." Xiao Yun asked doubtfully. Daodu nods and says, "That's right, Mother, it's Uncle Beauty. Mom, Uncle came to our house before. Daodu has seen him before." Xiao Yuner remembered that Daodu had mentioned it before. Xiao Yuner guessed that it might be Yili at that time. Now it seemed that it was true. "Mom, what's wrong with Uncle?" Daodu asked with concern. "He's injured." "Daodu, don't tell anyone that Uncle came to our house," Xiao Yuner reminded. Daodu nodded. "Mom, Daodu knows. Daodu won't tell anyone." "Good boy, Daodu." Xiao Yuner dressed Yili's wound and covered Yili with a blanket. Then she went back to bed to rest. That was all she could do. Whether this man could come back to life or not, that would depend on his own luck. The next morning, when Xiao Yuner woke up, Yili didn't move. However, Xiao Yuner didn't have time to take care of him. Instead, she went to Yang City to continue selling breakfast. On the way to Yang City, Xiao Yuner told Mulan about Yili. Mulan was shocked speechless. After a while, she said to Xiao Yuner, "Yuner, if that's the case, you have to be careful. Don't let anyone know that Mr. Yi is with you." Chapter 954. Xiao Yuner nodded. "I know. Sigh, if you find out, Yuner, you and young Master Yi will be in danger. Young Master Shitzi will be able to help you, right? But I don't think young Master Shitzi will be able to help a wanted criminal like young Master Yi." Xiao Yuner understood the reason behind this. She would be careful not to expose Yili's whereabouts. She only hoped that Yili could recover from his injuries as soon as possible so that he could leave Yang City and go to a safe place as soon as possible. After all, it was too dangerous to stay in her house. If the government sent people there, they would be able to find him after a search. More importantly, it was not good for Yili, a strange man, to stay in her house. Xiao Yuner could imagine Mu Lianfeng's jealous face even now. Yuner, you have to take good care of young Master Yi these few days. If there's anything I can help with, just let me know. Zhao Yuner nodded. Okay, sister-in-law Mulan. The soldiers were still patrolling everywhere. Zhao Yuner felt guilty when she saw the soldiers coming and going. After setting up the stall, she hurried back. When she returned, Yili could no longer feel anything. His face was pale as he lay on the ground. However, his breathing seemed to have stabilized. Mu Lianfeng's medicine must have worked. In the afternoon, Mulan went to Zhao Yuner's house and the two of them prepared breakfast together. Seeing Mulan sighing and looking troubled, Zhao Yuner couldn't help but ask, "Sister-in-law Mulan, did something happen? What's wrong with you?" Mulan sighed even louder after Zhao Yuner asked. Sigh. It was because of what her sister-in-law said after she went back today. After she went back, she prepared to cook. Mu Hin was busy in the kitchen, while she was washing the vegetables outside. She saw her sister-in-law making the vegetables proudly and mocked her. Second sister-in-law, I told you that you brought back an ingrate, but you didn't believe me. Look at your good sister, all the men in our family Zhu were seduced by her. Third brother seemed to have been bewitched by her, and Daniel was even more infatuated with her. Now this little vixen is going to seduce second brother again. Second sister-in-law, you have to take good care of second brother. Don't let second brother's soul disappear. When Mulan heard this, she frowned deeply and questioned Madame Qi, sister-in-law, what do you mean? Madame Qi smiled and said, what do you mean? Was this what it meant on the surface? I say, second sister-in-law, don't tell me you don't know about the matter between your sister and second brother. Heavens, look at such a big thing, and you're still trying to encourage me. TSK TSK TSK. Madame Qi's words. Mulan had no idea what Madame Qi was talking about. What on earth was she talking about? Sister-in-law, if you have something to say, just say it clearly. Who knows what you're talking about? Madame Qi chuckled and said, all right, since you're in the same boat, second sister-in-law, I'll tell you. Madame Qi then told her the rumors that had just spread in the village. Chapter 955. Mrs. Qi's words sounded like she was encouraging her. She thought that if she sent Mu Axayan away, then Zhu Daniel wouldn't have any thoughts about her. Naturally, he would live a good life with her and treat her better. During this period of time, Zhu Daniel's attitude towards Mu Axayan could be said to be very bad because he was infatuated with her. He always despised her for this and that. Therefore, Mrs. Qi regarded Mu Hin as a thorn in her flesh. She couldn't wait to kick Mu Hin out of the family Zhu's yard. After hearing Mrs. Qi's words, Mulan couldn't help but feel a little emotional. She didn't believe that her younger sister would do such a thing, but sometimes rumors weren't made out of nothing. As the saying goes, flies don't bite a seamless egg. Facing Mrs. Qi, Mulan said calmly, Mrs. Qi, stop it. I don't believe that my younger sister is that kind of person. Mrs. Qi bit her lower lip and said to Mrs. Qi, haha, Mrs. Qi, I'm reminding you out of kindness, but you don't believe me. Do you want to wait until your younger brother is seduced by your younger sister before you believe me? Well, Mrs. Qi, you're too generous. I guess your husband is seduced by another woman and you don't care about him at all. In fact, if you don't believe me, you can ask around in the village. Many people have seen it. After saying that, Mrs. Qi turned around. Before she left, she said to Mulan again, Mrs. Qi, believe it or not, as long as you don't regret it in the future. Mulan still listened to Mrs. Qi's words, but it might be true. Otherwise, Mrs. Qi wouldn't have said that. But would Mu Hin really seduce Zhu Eru? Why did she seduce him? Mulan couldn't think of a reason. She washed the vegetables uneasily and went back to the kitchen. Looking at Mu Hin's back, she wanted to ask, but didn't say it aloud. In the end, she swallowed it back. If this was not the case and he asked Mu Hin about it, how sad would Mu Hin be? He probably couldn't even stay here any longer. After Mulan told Xiao Yun about this matter, Xiao Yun chuckled and said, "Sister-in-law Mulan, do you believe me? Do you know her character?" Mulan nodded heavily and said, "Of course. I watched Xin grow up. She's pure and kind. I don't think she would do such a thing." Xiao Yun continued to ask, then, "Sister Mulan, do you trust Brother Eru?" Mulan nodded in agreement. "I do. Eru is an honest and reliable man." Xiao Yun smiled and said, "Then it's fine. Rumors are just rumors. They may not be true. Since you believe the two of them, then it can't be true. Sister Mulan, think about me. Don't the people in the village talk about me a lot? Which one is true?" Mulan thought about it and agreed. The rumors about Xiao Yun in the village were even worse. However, the truth was not what the rumors said. Mulan felt much better after being comforted by Xiao Yun. Nothing major happened in the next 2 days. Yili finally woke up after sleeping for 3 days. Fortunately, when he woke up, Xiao Yun was at home. Xiao Yun hurried forward to ask about the situation. "Thank you for saving me." This was the first thing Yili said when he opened his mouth. "You don't have to be so polite with me now. How's your injury?" Chapter 956. Xiao Yun rolled her eyes at Yili. Does he care about his own life? It's none of your business that you tried to assassinate the Prime Minister. Do you know that you're wanted by the government now? You're in a very dangerous situation. Yili looked serious for a second. Will I get you into trouble if I stay here? Why don't I leave now? Since he was wanted by the government, he would definitely get Xiao Yun into trouble if he was caught. Yili couldn't let Xiao Yun be in danger because of him. Therefore, if he left Xiao Yun now, he could protect Xiao Yun. Seeing Yili trying to stand up, Xiao Yun pressed Yili back. "Now you're wondering whether you'll get me into trouble. How did you know that I would come here that night?" Hearing Xiao Yun's question, Yili lowered his head with sadness in his eyes. I didn't know where I could go. I only thought of you at that time, so I brought you here." "Yun. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get you into trouble." Looking at Yili's appearance, Xiao Yun felt a little distressed and hurriedly said, Okay. I don't think you mean to get me into trouble. Luckily, you're here now. If you went to other places, I'm afraid you'd be dead." Yili lowered his head. "Yun, thank you so much. You've slept for so many days. Are you hungry?" Speaking of that, Yili found that his stomach was indeed empty. Therefore, he nodded with embarrassment. I'm a little hungry. Then I'll cook some lean meat porridge for you." "Sure." Watching Xiao Yun leave, Yili couldn't take his eyes off her for a long time. How lucky was he to be able to hold on until he reached Xiao Yun's age. Otherwise, he was afraid that he would really lose his life, right? Yili felt a deep sense of defeat. Other than his martial arts, he seemed to know nothing else. In order to save money to support himself, he could only live on the edge of a knife. If he couldn't even guarantee his own life, what could he give to the woman he liked? Therefore, even if Mu Lianfeng did not exist, he still did not dare to stand up and tell this woman that he would take care of her in the future. Xiao Yun quickly cooked the porridge and brought it to Yili. "Come and eat. You haven't eaten anything for the past few days, so you can only eat some bland food. I'll cook something delicious for you in a day or two." Yili nodded and took the porridge from Xiao Yun's hands. Although it was just a bowl of lean meat porridge, when he ate it, His mouth was full of fragrance and the taste was very delicious. "It's delicious," Yili praised as he ate. Xiao Yuner smiled proudly. "Of course it's delicious. How can the food I cook be bad?" "Yes, it's delicious." Soon, Yili finished a bowl of porridge. Xiao Yuner did not dare to let Yili eat too much, so she only gave Yili another bowl of porridge. After eating, Yili looked satisfied and smiled at Xiao Yuner. "Thank you." He was really hungry these past few days. After escaping back to Yang City, he could not show up because he was hunted down. Therefore, he could only starve these past few days and did not eat anything. As a result, he was so hungry that he almost collapsed, and his body was very weak. Chapter 957. Yili gave Xiao Yuner a meaningful glance. He had saved her life, so no matter what, if Xiao Yuner needed his help in the future, he would do his best. "I'm going to wash the dishes." Xiao Yuner felt awkward being alone with Yili in the same room, so she stood up and was about to leave. "Wait a minute." Yili called Xiao Yuner. Xiao Yuner stopped and turned around. She asked curiously, "What's wrong?" I have something for you." Xiao Yuner was struck dumb for a second, then asked curiously, "What do you have for me?" Yili fumbled in her sleeve and then took out a shiny gold bracelet. "This is for you." Yili gave it to her. Xiao Yuner was struck dumb for a second when she saw the gold bracelet. For me?" Yili nodded heavily. "Yes, for you. It's too expensive. Such a big gold bracelet must be worth a lot of money." Xiao Yuner was too embarrassed to accept it. "Take it," Yili said and put it into Xiao Yuner's hands. Xiao Yuner hesitated for a second. She couldn't accept it, but she couldn't reject it either. Xiao Yuner couldn't accept other free gifts, especially expensive ones, for no reason. However, Yili looked very serious. If she didn't accept it, he would be sad. "Yili, you can give me a small gift, but you should keep this gold bracelet. If you need money in the future, you can sell it." Yili's eyes dimmed. Did Xiao Yuner think that he was too poor? Seeing that Yili was silent, Xiao Yuner hurriedly said, "I don't mean anything else. I just think that this gold bracelet is too expensive." Yili smiled. "Yuner, it's not expensive at all. Compared to the fact that you saved my life, this is nothing, isn't it?" "Well, Yuner, I haven't given you anything before. You should accept it." Xiao Yuner didn't know what to say, so she nodded and accepted it. "Yili, thank you for your gift." "You're welcome." Wear it on your hand." Xiao Yuner nodded and put the bracelet on her wrist. The dazzling gold bracelet was indeed very attractive. Xiao Yuner looked at the bracelet. The workmanship of the bracelet was very exquisite. It was also decorated with gems. The craftsmanship was even better than the ones from the 21st century. Xiao Yuner couldn't help but admire the craftsmanship of the ancient craftsmen. The more she looked at it, the more she liked it. "Have a good rest. Don't go anywhere for the next few days. Don't let anyone see you." Xiao Yuner reminded her and then left the house. Her house was so big, but it was still too small. Now, Yili was added to the house. Xiao Yuner estimated that Mu Lianfeng would be back soon. She didn't know how Mu Lianfeng would feel when he saw such a scene. Would he blame her for bringing a man home? With Mu Lianfeng's jealousy, he would definitely think too much. Xiao Yuner had a headache thinking about this. She had to think of a way to keep Mu Lianfeng. In the afternoon, Xiao Yuner went to the third branch. She wanted to get a set of Zhao Wenhua's old clothes for Yili to change into. Yili's clothes were tattered and stained with a lot of blood. Zhao Yuner didn't like Yi Li's clothes before, so she didn't change them for him. This time, she woke up, so she let him change himself. Chapter 958. This woman was Jin Suizhuan, the widow whom Zhao Wenqing liked. When Zhao Yuner came to old Zhao's house, Zhao Wenqing and Jin Suizhuan had just come back. Jin Suizhuan followed Zhao Wenqing nervously. She looked nervous and scared. Zhao Yuner was curious. Her fifth uncle was so fast that he brought the woman back so soon. Zhao Yuner moved closer with curiosity. She wanted to know what they were talking about. She didn't know what had happened until she entered the yard and listened to their conversation. This time, Zhao Wenqing plucked up his courage to introduce Jin Suizhuan to Zhao Baoshan and Liang Jinxiao. Zhao Wenqing didn't hide Jin Suizhuan's identity, because he knew it was impossible to hide it. It was better to tell them the truth, in case there would be any disputes in the future. After old Zhao's family learned about the situation, they were shocked by this matter. Zhao Baoshan pulled a long face. Although he didn't say a word, Zhao Baoshan's reaction showed that he was angry. Hua Chunhua's reaction was much stronger than Zhao Baoshan's. She directly scolded Zhao Wenqing. You! Lao Wu, it's fine that I don't care about your marriage, but you can't bring such a woman back home. Old Zhao's family doesn't need to find a girl from a noble family. You're a scholar. It's not a problem for you to look like an innocent girl. How could you bring such a woman back home? Her husband died because of her bad luck, and she has 2 burdens behind her. You're not marrying a wife. You're marrying a disaster. After saying that, Hua Chunhua glared at Jin Suizhuan. You little bitch. Why don't you take a look at yourself in the mirror? What kind of person do you think you are? Do you think you deserve Wenqing? You're so shameless and overestimating yourself. Let me tell you, old Zhao's family won't marry such a shameless woman like you. After being scolded by Hua Chunhua, Jin Suizhuan only felt aggrieved. She knew that she would be scolded for coming to old Zhao's house today, but she didn't expect to be scolded so harshly. Hua Chunhua looked at her as if she wanted to eat her up, and the words that came out of her mouth were very unpleasant. Even those weirdos from her in-laws' side didn't curse so harshly. Zhao Wenqing glanced at Jin Suizhuan with heartache. He shielded Jin Suizhuan behind him and acted as if he was doting on his wife. She then turned to Hua Chunhua with an equally serious expression. Mother, how can you be like this? These words were too harsh to listen to. There was no such thing as being worthy or unworthy. I'm not young anymore. Don't tell me you want me, a girl who's 10 years younger than you. I feel that if I don't scold him, I still want to be with Suizhuan. After Zhao Wenqing finished speaking, Hua Chunhua was so angry that she almost vomited blood. She usually treated her youngest son so well, but now he was going against her because of a widow. Did he still have her in his heart? Chapter 959. Feng Zhangxia also hurriedly responded, yes, 5th brother. Mother and your second sister-in-law are right. You have to think about the reputation of old Zhao's family, right? If our Zhao family's reputation is ruined, it won't just be your problem alone. Everyone in the Zhao family will be implicated and suffer together with you. Your nephews need to get married, and your nieces need to get married. If our family's reputation is ruined, I'm afraid it'll be difficult for them to find a good family. Hearing Feng Zhangxia's words, Zhao Wenqing remained silent for a while. He knew that he couldn't ruin the reputation of old Zhao's family because of his behavior alone. He couldn't let the other members of the old Zhao family be affected. He couldn't give up being together with Jin Suizhuan because of that. Zhao Wenqing was mentally prepared that his whole family would oppose him when he came back with Jin Suizhuan this time. No matter what they said, he couldn't give up his determination. Father, mother, sister-in-law, sister-in-law. I know, but but I still want to be with Zuijuan. Feng Zhangxia sighed and said, I say, second brother, why are you guys so stubborn? There are so many girls in the world. Why do you have to marry a widow who has a dead man and a child? Aren't you deliberately trying to anger mother and father to death? The two brothers, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui, chimed in from behind, fifth brother, don't be so stubborn. Marrying a wife, you can't make our whole family unhappy, right? You should listen to your parents when you get married. It's said that parents are the matchmaker. Even illiterate people in the countryside know that. You're a scholar, so you should know better, right? Hu Chunhua took a few deep breaths and snorted. If I don't agree, can he marry this woman? I'd like to see how he can get married if his father and I don't hold a wedding for him. Zhao Wenqing's body trembled, and he frowned. Mother, you can't force me like this. I forced you. Old fifth, ask yourself honestly, were you the one who forced me and your father? We're already so old, and we can't withstand your anger. If we can't catch our breath, we might just kick our legs and die. Mom, Zhao Wenqing frowned. Mother, I only want Zuijuan. If I don't marry her, I won't marry another woman. I'll be single for the rest of my life. Hu Chunhua glared at Zhao Wenqing and said, what do you mean it has to be him? I say, Wenqing, you haven't interacted with other girls, but if you do, you'll find that there are better ones. Tell me, what are you doing when you can't think things through? Zhao Wenqing pressed his lips together. Mother. Zuijuan is pregnant with my child, so I have to marry her. I am a man, Chuiwan is pregnant with my child, I have to take responsibility. When Hu Chunhua heard this, she immediately staggered and almost fell to the ground. You. What did you say? Hu Chunhua's lips trembled as she asked. Mother, I said Zuijuan is pregnant with my child, so I have to marry her. Zhao Wenqing stood where he was, and repeated it with a serious face. Old Zhao's family members were all shocked, and they couldn't believe their eyes. Zhao Wenqing, who usually looked so honest, could actually do such a thing. Did they hear it wrong? Chapter 960. No way. Brother Wu, why did you make her pregnant? Exactly, Brother Wu, they're not even married yet. How could you do such a stupid thing? If other people in the village know about it, they'll criticize you to death. It's not something a scholar would do. Brother Wu, I think your parents will be mad at you. Fifth brother, it's not that I want to scold you, but this kind of thing shouldn't be done. Our Zhao family supports you to study so that you can pass the imperial examinations in the future. Our entire Zhao family can enjoy a good life. If you do this, will you still have the mood to pass the imperial examinations in the future? The Zhao family's people were chattering non-stop, criticizing Zhao Wenqing's actions. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Wenqing, who was surrounded and scolded, and felt a little pity. She never expected that Zhao Wenqing would really listen to her and make Jin Zuijuan pregnant. If it weren't for the fact that so many people in old Zhao's family were watching, Zhao Yun really wanted to rush to Zhao Wenqing's side and compliment him. That was King awesome. That was awesome. His fifth uncle was considered to have a backbone and had his own opinions. Liang Jinqiao stood aside. After hearing about Zhao Wenqing's situation, he whispered in Zhao Yun's ear, your fifth uncle is so stupid this time. How could he do such a thing? It's not good if other people know about it. Zhao Yun said carelessly, Mother, I don't think Uncle Wu did anything wrong. Who doesn't want to be with the woman he likes? Uncle Wu should ask for his opinion on who he likes. After all, he's going to spend the rest of his life with that person. Grandpa and Grandma don't agree with this marriage, so Uncle Wu has no choice but to do this. Liang Jinqiao sighed slightly after hearing that. It was normal that old Zhao's family didn't like Jin Suizhuan's family. Not to mention Zhao Wenxing, who had good conditions, would dislike her. Even an ordinary family, or a family that was poor to the point where it was difficult to find a wife, might not necessarily be willing to marry Jin Suizhuan. After all, Jin Suizhuan was no longer a virgin. Moreover, if he married Jin Suizhuan, she would be a burden. Jin Suizhuan would have a child behind her. In this day and age, who would help raise another person's child? In fact, Zhao Baoshan and Hu Chunhua couldn't be blamed. Most people in the countryside couldn't accept such a girl. Hu Chunhua was so angry that she started crying. Ah, my mother, who did I offend? Old Zhao's family is so miserable. You raised a heartless son who specializes in tricking people. As she cried, Hu Chunhua took the opportunity to sit on the ground. With her legs wide open, she cried very miserably. Mother. Looking at Liang Jinqiao who was on the ground, Zhao Wenxing frowned and had mixed feelings. His mother cried and screamed, which made him feel like a sinner. Zhao Wenxing sighed and decided to persuade Hu Chunhua to get up first. Mother, please get up first. We can't solve the problem if you stay like this. Hu Chunhua didn't listen to Zhao Wenxing's words. She shouted at Zhao Wenxing, "You heartless son. Don't pretend to care about me. If you really cared about me, would you kill me like this? What kind of sin have I committed?" Zhao Wenxing only felt helpless. Chapter 961. Liang Jinqiao angrily glared at Zhao Wenxing and scolded, "Wenxing, if you marry this shameless vixen today, you won't have a mother like me. You better make your choice." Zhao Wenxing sighed helplessly. Mother, why do you have to do this? Why do you have to force me to make a choice? You know you're my mother. How can I not choose you? However, Suizhuan is pregnant with my child. I can't leave her alone. Mother, please, for the sake of Suizhuan's child, please agree to let me be with Suizhuan. Zhao Wenxing didn't say anything, but Hu Chunhua was even angrier now. Hu Chunhua quickly got up from the ground and ran to Jin Suizhuan. She wanted to slap Jin Suizhuan's face several times. Mother, what are you doing? Why did you slap her? Zhao Wenxing asked with a serious face. Why did I slap her? Hu Chunhua snorted and continued to scold Jin Suizhuan. Of course I'm going to teach this shameless bitch a lesson. She doesn't even know who she is. How can she be pregnant with Wenxing's child? Let me tell you, even if the child in your belly is Wenxing's, a woman like you will never be able to marry into old Zhao's family. After Hu Chunhua finished, Jin Suizhuan's face was also very ugly. After enduring the humiliation, Jin Suizhuan lowered her head and whispered to Zhao Wenxing, "Why don't I leave now?" Zhao Wenxing pulled Jin Suizhuan. Leave? Where are you going? Suizhuan, you have to get married today. Hu Chunhua said angrily to Zhao Wenxing, Lao Wu, did you get kicked in the head by a donkey? Why did you marry such a troublemaker? You have to be responsible with her. After she gives birth to the child, she can give the child to old Zhao's family. Mother, what are you talking about? It's unfair to Suizhuan. Zhao Wenxing questioned angrily. What do you mean by fair or unfair? Lao Wu, just follow mother's method. Zhao Yun couldn't listen to it anymore. This wasn't the way to bully people. Hu Chunhua was such a weirdo. Why would she give birth to a child for old Zhao for no reason? Just when Jin Suizhuan couldn't take it anymore and was about to retreat, Zhao Yun walked over and said to Hu Chunhua, Grandma, what you're doing is wrong. Aren't you going too far? Fifth uncle has made her pregnant. If they come back and make a fuss, not only will our old Zhao family's reputation be affected, but when the time comes, people from her family might even come over and extort money from us. After all, it's fifth uncle's fault. He hasn't married her yet, but he has already made her pregnant. Hearing Zhao Yun'er's words, Hua Chunhua's face darkened. She scolded Zhao Yun'er angrily, Zhao Yun'er, you little bitch. This has something to do with you. How can you interfere in this? And who are you trying to scare? Chapter 962. After Zhao Yun'er finished speaking, Hua Chunhua was about to scold Zhao Yun'er again, but Zhao Baoshan overheard Zhao Yun'er's words. Although they were all from the countryside, they had to be responsible. If they got a woman pregnant, they would basically marry her. Otherwise, they would definitely be scolded. If this time, as Zhao Yun'er said, if they didn't marry her, her family would come to make a scene. It would be much more serious than marrying Jin Suizhuan. After comparing in this way, Zhao Baoshan had his own judgment in his heart. Therefore, he said to Hua Chunhua, old woman, Yun'er is right. We have to deal with this matter properly. Hua Chunhua replied angrily, how can we deal with it properly? Aren't there only 2 days left? One is that Wenxing marries this slut, the other is that he doesn't marry her. Don't tell me you can spare a third one, old man. Zhao Baoshan was silent for a while, then said, how about this? Zhao Baoshan's sight fell on Jin Suizhuan's face, and he talked to her in a negotiating tone. If you don't marry into our old Zhao's family, after you give birth to the child, our old Zhao's family will take care of it. At that time, we'll give you 5 taels of silver as compensation. Since Zhao Baoshan proposed this, Zhao Yun'er knew that he actually had a little conscience, although this condition would make people feel uncomfortable. Once Hua Chunhua heard that Zhao Baoshan actually wanted to give her 5 taels of silver, she couldn't bear it. Old man, what's wrong with you? 5 taels of silver isn't a small amount. It's enough for our family to spend for a long time. We don't have much money at home. How can you be so generous to give so much money to the shameless slut? Hua Chunhua's sharp mouth kept nagging. Zhao Baoshan couldn't help glaring at Hua Chunhua. Shut up, you old woman. You don't want her to marry into our family, but you're willing to compensate her. Tell me, what do you want to do? Hua Chunhua pouted. She didn't agree with Zhao Baoshan's behavior, but unfortunately, she didn't dare to refute Zhao Baoshan. Hearing that, Jin Suizhuan looked at Zhao Baoshan and Zhao Wenxing. At last, she took a deep breath and said to Zhao Wenxing, I don't want money. I just want to be with Wenxing. Jin Suizhuan's rejection was very obvious. Zhao Wenxing couldn't help smiling when he heard that. He held Jin Suizhuan's hand tightly. No, I don't agree with this shameless slut marrying into our family. Old Zhao's family can't afford to lose face. Besides, our old Zhao's family doesn't have the spare money to raise a few children. If it's our old Zhao's children, it's fine, but none of them have the surname Zhao. Zhao Wenxing plucked up his courage and said to Hua Chunhua, Mom, if I marry Suizhuan, I can raise her children with her. We don't need a cent from our old Zhao's family. Hua Chunhua snorted. Lao Wu, what do you mean? Shouldn't the money you get be given to our old Zhao's family? Why do you have spare money to raise other people's children? Mom, since you said so, let's split up. As long as I'm with Suizhuan, I don't need anything at home. I can directly live with Suizhuan. Zhao Wenxing plucked up his courage and said. He knew that under normal circumstances, it was impossible to split up. Chapter 963. Since that was the case, old Zhao's family would have nothing to do with the separation of the family assets. Hua Chunhua pointed at Zhao Wenxing angrily. Lao Wu, our old Zhao's family suffered a lot when we were studying with you. Now you want to separate because of a woman. Do you want your mother to die of anger? Zhao Wenxing lowered his head. Mom. I have no choice. Old Zhao's first branch and second branch heard Zhao Wenxing's words and started to think about it. If what Zhao Wenqing said was true, it would undoubtedly be beneficial for the other branches if they separated from the family assets. With Zhao Wenqing's share, the other branches would be able to get more when old Zhao's family separated from the family assets. Especially the first branch, they were worried that they wouldn't have a new house when Zhao Tianhu got married. After all, old Zhao's family only had so many houses, and a newlywed couple couldn't possibly live in the same house with them. If Zhao Wenqing moved away, Zhao Wenqing's house could be used as a new house for Zhao Tianhu. In addition, although Zhao Wenqing was a scholar and would be of great help to old Zhao's family if he passed the imperial examinations, they couldn't count on him. Zhao Wenqing was getting older. If he had the potential to pass the imperial examinations, he would have done so long ago. Zhao Tianlong was enough. Judging from the situation this year, he could pass the imperial examinations. Therefore, the first branch should support Zhao Wenqing's separation instead of continuing to stand on Hu Chunhua's side. Before Hu Chunhua could continue, Feng Zhangxia said to Liang Jinxiao, "Mom, there's nothing wrong with what fifth brother is doing. After all, he is marrying a woman. If fifth brother wants to separate from the family assets, old Zhao's family doesn't need to raise an outsider's child." Li Chuiying also said, "That's right, Mom. I think we should follow fifth brother's suggestion. Our old Zhao family can't suffer a loss for nothing if fifth brother marries her." "Mother, forget it, forget it. You also know fifth brother's temper. You can't stop him from doing anything. Instead of making yourself angry, it's better to follow fifth brother's heart. If fifth brother is like this, he won't cause trouble for our family." Zhao Yuner listened from the side and sighed in her heart. These people in old Zhao's family were all shrewd people. Once there were benefits, they would speak up for Zhao Wenqing. If there were no benefits to be gained from this, they would probably be following Liang Jinxiao's lead and making fun of him. Zhao Yuner felt that there was nothing wrong with Zhao Wenqing's approach. This was considered a better solution. In fact, he often didn't stay at old Zhao's house, so it didn't matter if he had his own room or not. As for the fields, Zhao Wenqing didn't know how to manage them himself, so he would definitely hand them over to someone else. He taught himself and had a stable income. In addition to the 20 taels of silver that he had previously earned, he had a stable income. His life certainly wouldn't be too poor. However, if Zhao Wenqing gave up these things, he could separate from old Zhao's family, and there would be a lot less troubles in the future. Zhao Baoshan sighed deeply. "Lao Wu, you said it yourself. It's fine as long as you don't regret it in the future. But if we separate from the family assets, old Zhao's family won't help you with this wedding." Zhao Wenqing looked at Jin Suizhuan and asked for her opinion. As long as she was a woman, she would definitely look forward to a wedding. Zhao Wenqing didn't want Jin Suizhuan to suffer too much. Chapter 964. When Zhao Wenqing heard this, he was very touched. "Suizhuan, believe me. I will definitely treat you well in the future." Zhao Wenqing promised Jin Suizhuan. Jin Suizhuan nodded her head heavily and responded. After Zhao Wenqing promised Jin Suizhuan, he said to Zhao Baoshan, "Father, you can do whatever you want. I just want to be with Suizhuan." Zhao Baoshan was very helpless. Since that was the case, he could only do this. Too many things had happened recently, and Zhao Baoshan was beginning to feel annoyed. So he sat on the stool and began to smoke the tobacco in his hand. As the smoke drifted in the air, the originally depressed mood became slightly better. Hu Chunhua wanted to say something, but she swallowed it back. Now, she did not want to say a word to Zhao Wenqing. This brat really hurt her heart. "Leave tonight. If there's nothing else, don't come back in the future. I'll treat it as if I didn't raise you as a son." After Hu Chunhua finished speaking, she went into her house angrily. Zhao Wenqing sighed on the spot. He took Jin Suejuan's hand and prepared to rush back to the town later. In fact, when they came back, they only wanted to talk about the matter. They did not plan to spend the night. Jin Suejuan's child was still taken care of by the neighbor next door. It was okay for her to help look after the child for a while, but she could not help to look after the child forever. Seeing that Zhao Wenxing was about to leave, Xiao Yun called out to Zhao Wenxing, "Fifth uncle, it's not easy for you to come back. Come into our house and rest for a while. Drink some water while you're at it." Zhao Wenxing met Xiao Yun's smiling face and nodded. Okay. With that, Zhao Wenxing pulled Jin Suejuan along. When they reached the third house, Xiao Yun poured a glass of water for Zhao Wenxing and Jin Suejuan. She called out to Jin Suejuan affectionately, "Fifth aunt, come and drink some water. Don't be shy." Jin Suejuan was a little embarrassed when Zhao Yun directly called her fifth aunt. Her ears turned slightly red. She took the water from Zhao Yun and said to Zhao Yun, "Thank you." Zhao Yun waved her hand. "Fifth aunt, you're too polite." Seeing Zhao Yun calling her fifth aunt so intimately and naturally, it seemed that Zhao Yun really recognized her as fifth aunt. Jin Suejuan was touched. She thought about how old Zhao's family had humiliated her before and compared it with Zhao Yun's current state. They were obviously a family, so why was there such a big difference? With such a strong contrast, Liang Jinqiao liked Zhao Yun even more. After Zhao Wenxing drank the water, his complexion was still not very good. Zhao Yun asked with a smile, "Fifth uncle, are you unhappy?" Zhao Wenxing was struck dumb for a second, then sighed. "Well, your grandpa and grandma," Xiao Yun curled the corners of her mouth and comforted him, "Fifth uncle, don't think about what grandpa, grandma, and the others said. Just treat them as farts. Now you can be with the future fifth aunt, don't you think so?" Zhao Wenxing still sighed. "Well, although we're together, it's too unfair for Suejuan if we don't even have a formality. Which girl didn't want to be married in a proper way and be married off in a grand and glorious manner? They didn't even have a wedding ceremony, so it was nothing for them to be together. They were just like lovers. They didn't have a status, so they weren't officially husband and wife." Chapter 965. Jin Suejuan could say that she didn't care, but Zhao Wenxing felt guilty in his heart. He didn't want Jin Suejuan to be wronged at all, so he had to hold a decent wedding ceremony. But now, it seemed that it was impossible. Xiao Yun laughed lightly. "Uncle Wu, there's nothing to worry about. Since Grandpa and Grandma won't hold a wedding ceremony for you, we'll hold one for you. My house will be built in less than a month. After it's built, fifth uncle and fifth aunt's wedding can be held in my new house. At that time, it will be more glamorous." Zhao Wenxing's eyes lit up when he heard that. He asked Zhao Yun, "Can we really do that?" "Why not?" "Uncle Wu, don't worry. When the time comes, I'll help you with this matter." "Great. That's great. Haha, but Uncle Wu, there's one thing that you did very quickly. How did Aunt Wu get pregnant so soon?" Being teased by Zhao Yun like that, Zhao Wenxing and Jin Suejuan both felt very shy and embarrassed. In fact, the two of them had been together for a long time, and they got along very well with each other. Therefore, after Zhao Wenxing's confession, it was easy for sparks to fly between them. As a result, Jin Suejuan's stomach naturally became pregnant. Liang Jinqiao also came over at this time. "Haha, Brother Wu, congratulations. After all, your future marriage has been decided, and you'll be a father soon. I only hope that sister-in-law can be pregnant with a boy, so that your family will have descendants." Zhao Wenxing smiled at Liang Jinqiao. "Thank you, sister-in-law. Don't mention it. Why don't you have dinner before you leave?" I'll go and cook some good food for you. Zhao Wenqing shook his head. Thank you for your kindness, sister-in-law, but Suizhuan and I have to leave after a while. We still have to rush back to the town. If we eat dinner, it will probably be dark by the time we get back to town. Suizhuan's 2 children are still being taken care of by others. We have to go back early to take care of the children. After Zhao Wenqing's explanation, Liang Jinqiao did not force him to stay. Zhao Wensheng and Jin Suizhuan continued to sit at the 3rd branch's place for a short while before returning. Zhao Yuner took a set of Zhao Wenhua's clothes and left. When she returned to her room, she pushed the door open and saw Yili taking off all his clothes. Zhao Yuner screamed in fright. She hadn't noticed and had seen everything. Then she quickly closed her eyes and said to Yili, "Why did you take off your clothes for no reason?" Yili felt a little guilty. "I'm sorry, Yuner. I just wanted to check my injuries. I didn't expect you to come back so suddenly." Zhao Yuner sighed. She couldn't blame him. Speaking of which, she was the one who had seen his body. She should have taken advantage of him. After all, Yili was such a handsome man. Many people probably wanted to see his body. Alright, don't say sorry. It's fine. You can change into this set of clothes first. Zhao Yuner said and threw the clothes in her hand to him. Then she reminded Yili, next time when you change into this set of clothes, you must close the door tightly. This time, it was his upper body that was good-looking. In fact, there was nothing to see. But if he took off his pants and she saw the thing below, it would be really bad. Yili replied, "Okay, Yuner, I got it." Chapter 966. Zhao Yuner had accidentally seen Mu Lianfeng's private part before, and she was still traumatized. If Mu Lianfeng were to find out that she had looked at a man's crotch, even if it was an accident, he would definitely be extremely jealous with his character. Yili answered, "Okay, Yuner, I got it." When Yili was about to put on his clothes, Mulan came to his house. The moment she pushed the door open, she saw Yili's naked upper body. Mulan had the same reaction as Zhao Yuner. She screamed at first, but didn't move her eyes away from Yili's body. Instead, she continued to stare at Yili's body. Yili felt embarrassed being stared at by Mulan, and he hurriedly put on his clothes. Mulan blinked her eyes, then realized what was going on. Zhao Yuner really admired Mulan. She was such a lustful woman. She wasn't shy at all when she stared at another man's naked body. Zhao Yuner really wanted to ask Mulan. Wasn't she afraid that Zhu Eru would be jealous if he found out? Mulan cleared her throat and said to Zhao Yuner, "Yuner, what are you doing?" Zhao Yuner hurriedly said, "Mulan, don't get me wrong. There's nothing going on between us." Mulan didn't believe her. She looked at Zhao Yuner and Yili from head to toe, then said, "Yuner, no matter what, you can't be so impulsive. I know that Lord Yi is a good man, but..." Zhao Yun looked at Mulan helplessly. "Can't you stop imagining things like this?" Zhao Yun found that the hole in Mulan's brain was really not ordinary. "Mulan, don't get me wrong. What are you thinking? Am I that kind of person?" Mulan shook her head. "Yuner, I believe you. You're definitely not that kind of person." Zhao Yuner was about to say, "That's enough." Mulan added, "Well, Mr. Yi is such a stunningly handsome man, so it's normal for him to be seduced by her sometimes." The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth twitched, and a few black lines appeared on her forehead. She was completely convinced by Mulan's words. There was nothing serious, but she made it sound like there was something serious. Yili, who was sitting on the mattress on the floor, looked even more embarrassed. Because Mulan's words made it easy for people to think that he was seducing Zhao Yuner. Although he likes Zhao Yuner, he is a gentleman in the end. He knows that Zhao Yun already has a husband, so seducing this kind of thing is definitely not something he can do. Mulan, come here. Zhao Yun waved at Mulan. Zhao Yun was confused, but she still walked to Zhao Yun and asked, Yun, what's wrong? Zhao Yun smiled, reached out her hand, and touched Mulan's forehead. Mulan looked at Zhao Yun in confusion. Yun, what's wrong? I just want to see whether you're sick or not. Mulan was struck dumb for a second, then said to Zhao Yun aggrievedly, Yun, you said that on purpose, didn't you? Yes, what are you thinking? There's nothing between Yi Li and me. We didn't do anything, so don't think too much. Like you, I suddenly barged in and saw him taking off his clothes. Mulan nodded. Only then did she look like she understood. Chapter 967. However, it's really inconvenient for Mr. Yi to stay here. I don't have any extra rooms in my house. Why don't you stay in my house? Zhao Yun shook her head. Forget it. It's safer for him to stay in my house. Even if you have extra rooms in your house, I don't want him to stay in my house. The more people see him, the more dangerous it will be. Mulan nodded. She felt that Zhao Yun was right. If there were more people, Yi Li's whereabouts would be revealed. It was a very sensitive period now. The government was arresting people, and the wanted list was posted in the village. Therefore, almost everyone in the village knew about it. If it was seen by the villagers, they would definitely sell the news of Yi Li for the reward, not to mention other things. Yi Li listened to the conversation between Zhao Yun and Mulan. He looked at Zhao Yun apologetically. I'm sorry for causing you trouble. Mulan realized that she shouldn't have said that to Zhao Yun in front of her. She hurriedly waved her hand. Mr. Yi, you misunderstood me. In fact, I didn't mean to hurt you. Don't think too much about it. You just need to recover from your injuries first. Sure. Yi Li nodded, but he had other thoughts in his mind. Zhao Yun made some food for Yi Li in advance for dinner. Then she went to the third branch's house to have dinner with them. In 5 days, Zhao Ping'er would be married. Zhao Yun was a little excited at the thought of it. Yun, let's go and get Ping'er's custom-made wedding dress tomorrow. Liang Jinqiao said. As early as a few days ago, when Zhao Yun went to Red Jade Villa, Liang Jinqiao, under Zhao Ping'er's request, specially found a clothing shop to make a set of clothes for Zhao Ping'er. This set of clothes cost 1 tael of silver. After all, it was her first time getting married. Every girl would want to dress up beautifully, and Zhao Ping'er was no exception. However, under normal circumstances, the villagers were all poor. How could they have the spare money to make a wedding dress? They would just wear a bright red dress when they got married. Only the daughters of landlords or those who had some extra money and wanted to marry their daughters off would consider making a set of wedding clothes. Only after Zhao Yun's incident did she know that Liang Jinqiao had spent the money for Zhao Ping'er. She felt a burst of pain in her heart. With Zhao Ping'er's appearance, even if the wedding dress was beautiful, it would be a waste to wear it on her. Okay, mother. Zhao Yun responded. When Zhao Ping'er heard this, she was exceptionally excited. Mother, then hurry back tomorrow. I want to change into it quickly and see if it looks good on me. Zhao Yun rolled her eyes. She didn't know when Zhao Ping'er would be able to realize it. While Zhao Ping'er was daydreaming, she pulled Liang Jinqiao's hand and said coquettishly, Mother, can you bring some rouge and silk flowers back for me? I also need to dress myself up. Ping'er, don't waste the money. Rouge is not cheap. It won't look good on your face at all. You'd better save the money. Zhao Yun said sarcastically. Zhao Yun what do you mean? Zhao Ping stared at Zhao Yun angrily, as if a basin of cold water had been poured on her. Zhao Yun's mouth hooked up and smiled. Sister Ping, what's wrong with you? Can't you understand human language now? You bitch, what do you mean? Chapter 968. Mom, look at what Zhao Ping is saying. She's too much. Mom, please scold her. Zhao Yun grabbed Liang Jinqiao's hand, shook it, and begged. Liang Jinqiao had a headache. Everything was fine. Why did she make a fuss again? Liang Jinqiao comforted her. Ping, Yun is right. These things are expensive. Didn't I buy some for you before? Why do you want new ones when you haven't used them up? Mom. There's not much left. It'll be used up in a while. Mom, I'm about to get married. Why are you unwilling to give me such a small amount of money? Liang Jinqiao couldn't help but frown because of Zhao Ping. Alas, Ping, this girl, really. Seeing that Liang Jinqiao was about to agree with Zhao Ping, Zhao Yun couldn't help but say, Zhao Ping, it's easy for you to say. I've spent a lot of money on you. You don't earn a penny, but you're shameless enough to ask for things. Being humiliated by Zhao Yun, Zhao Ping, blushed and almost fought with Zhao Yun, All right, Ping, don't make a fuss. You're going to get married in a few days. Don't make a fuss, or the wound on your face will be worse. The swelling on your face hasn't gone down yet. Have a good rest these few days, and you'll look better when you get married. Hearing Liang Jinqiao's words, Zhao Ping, touched her face. She still remembered the pain she had suffered from Zhao Yun last time. If she was taught a lesson by Zhao Yun again, wouldn't she become a pig's head? Zhao Ping endured the grievance in her heart. In order to not look too ugly when she got married, she decided to forget about it. Zhao Ping glared at Zhao Yun angrily, then sat aside. Liang Jinqiao and Zhao Yun discussed the things they still needed to buy. Zhao Ping would buy the things she needed for the wedding banquet later. After all, those vegetables, meat, and other things would go bad if they were bought too early. As for the wedding candies, peanuts, and melon seeds, they had already bought some dowry furniture, wash bowls, and other things, which had to be prepared in 2 days. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinqiao chatted for a while. Zhao Tianan came back from the land ahead of time. Mom, can you give me some candies? Zhao Tianan asked shyly. Liang Jinqiao thought that Zhao Tianan wanted to eat, so she nodded. You child, don't be shy about your own things. Mom will get them for you. Thank you, Mom. Zhao Tianan thanked her. Seeing that Zhao Tianan wanted to go out with candies in his hand, Zhao Yun was a little curious. Her brother obviously didn't want to eat them. Could it be that he wanted to give them to Ma Xiaofeng? If that was the case, Zhao Yun could only say that her brother didn't want to give up on Ma Xiaofeng. Zhao Yun was curious, so she went out to take a look. Then, she saw a familiar figure standing outside. This person wasn't Ma Xiaofeng, but Mu Hin. The moment she saw Mu Hin, Zhao Yun felt relieved. In fact, she didn't object to Zhao Tianan being with anyone, as long as it wasn't a scheming woman like Ma Xiaofeng who might mess up their family. Their family's life finally got better, and they didn't want it to be like old Zhao's family before they separated. Seeing that her brother was suddenly so close to Mu Hin, Zhao Yun was very happy. Chapter 969. In addition, Mu Hin's sister was Mulan, who had a good relationship with him. Compared to people like Qian Chuanqiu, she was definitely much better. Now, if Xiao Tianan and Mu Hin were together, it was estimated that Xiao Tianan would slowly fall in love with Mu Hin. With a new girl, he would naturally forget about Ma Xiaofeng. Of course, this was something that Xiao Yun was happy to see. Xiao Tianan walked in front of Mu Hin. Mu Hin's face was full of shyness. She lowered her head and was a little embarrassed to look at Xiao Tianan. If Xiao Tianan didn't force her to come, she probably wouldn't have come. This is candy. I specially brought it for you. You can eat it. Xiao Tianan took out the candy from his pocket and handed it to Mu Hin. The reason why he went home specially to give Mu Hin candy was that during his chat with Mu Hin, he found out that Mu Hin had never eaten candy before. It wasn't that Mu Hin's family didn't have candy, but Mu Hin was a girl and was very disliked in the Mu family. Therefore, even if there were candy at home, she wouldn't have a share. She couldn't eat it. Mu Hin didn't expect that Xiao Tianan would remember her casual mention. Xiao Tianan said that he had candy at home and could take some out for her to try. Mu Hin couldn't resist Xiao Tianan's enthusiasm at all, so she had to be dragged over by Xiao Tianan. However, Mu Hin's heart was still very touched because there were too few people who were so good to her since she was a child. Thank you. Mu Hin took it with some embarrassment and said to Xiao Tianan. Looking at Mu Hin's faint smile, Xiao Tianan felt that Mu Hin was very charming. Actually, Mu Hin's looks were not that stunning, but he gave people a comfortable feeling. Looking at Mu Hin's smile, Xiao Tianan felt a sweetness in his heart. You're welcome. Xiao Tianan said with a smile. In fact, after he heard about Mu Hin's experience in the Mu clan, he sympathized with him. Her previous life was even worse than the third branches in old Zhao's house. Xiao Tianan knew the feeling of being bullied by family members. Mu Hin was so pitiful, so Xiao Tianan felt that no matter what, he had to treat Mu Hin better. This girl was too pitiful and needed to be loved. Hurry up and eat. Let's see what it tastes like. Xiao Tianan urged. I don't want to eat them. Why don't we keep them? Mu Hin said in a weak voice. In fact, she wanted to keep some to take back, because her older sister had several children in her home. These candies could be given to those children. Children all like to eat candies. As an adult, it was fine for her to eat less. Eat them. If you run out, I have more at home. I'll get more for you. Xiao Tianan said with a smile. Xiao Tianan said as if he was afraid that Mu Axayan wouldn't eat it. He took a piece of candy, peeled off the candy wrapper, and put it in front of Mu Axayan's mouth. He said to Mu Axayan, eat it. Since the candy was already in front of her mouth, there was no reason for Mu Hin not to eat it. She looked at Xiao Tianan a little shyly, then swallowed the candy in the end. It's delicious and sweet. Mu Hin said to Xiao Tianan in a low voice with her cheeks flushed because of shyness. It was the first time that Mu Hin had eaten candy. The candy tasted really good, and it was sweet when it entered her mouth. Eat more if you like it. If you want to eat more, just tell me. I'll get more for you. Xiao Tianan said with a smile. Chapter 970. Xiao Tianan also smiled shyly. I'm not a good person either. Of course you're a good person. No one has ever been so nice to me. Then I'll treat you even better in the future. Xiao Tianan said to Mu Hin as if he was making a promise. He did have this idea in his heart. In his opinion, Mu Hin was really too pitiful. If he didn't treat this girl better, who would treat her better? Xiao Tianan and Mu Hin didn't know that their intimate scene was not only seen by Zhao Yun, but also by Ma Xiaofeng, who was not far away. Ma Xiaofeng saw that Xiao Tianan had been ignoring her these days, and she couldn't accept it in her heart. She originally planned to put Zhao Tianan aside for a few days, thinking that Zhao Tianan would miss her and couldn't wait to find her again. At that time, she could manipulate Zhao Tianan. Who knew that Zhao Tianan didn't even come to find her after not seeing her for a few days? Ma Xiaofeng felt depressed when she thought about it. Why was it so different from what she had expected? Could it be that Zhao Tianan really didn't like her anymore? Even if he had a change of heart, it shouldn't be so fast, right? It was precisely because of this thought that Ma Xiaofeng felt that she couldn't continue to stay at home and do nothing. If Zhao Tianan didn't come to find her, she would go to Zhao Tianan. Things were different now. If it were in the past, she could continue to ignore Zhao Tianan. Now, there was Mu Hin. With Mu Hin strolling in front of Zhao Tianan all day long and seducing Zhao Tianan would be easily bewitched, and it would be easy for him to be with Mu Hin in the future. Ma Xiaofeng felt that she wasn't stupid enough to let Zhao Tianan go. After all, Zhao Yun's family's conditions were there. If they missed this opportunity, there wouldn't be another one. Therefore, when she saw Zhao Tianan and Mu Hin's intimate actions, a sense of danger rose in Ma Xiaofeng's heart. Jealousy welled up in his heart. Ma Xiaofeng bit her lower lip and glared hatefully in the direction of Zhao Tianan and Mu Hin. In Ma Xiaofeng's opinion, the reason why Zhao Tianan acted like this was because Mu Hin, the shameless bitch, was shamelessly sticking to Zhao Tianan. She had to think of a solution. She couldn't let it continue like this. If this continued, it was likely that Zhao Tianan would really fall in love with Mu Hin. Ma Xiaofeng clenched his fists, took a deep breath, and called in the direction of Zhao Tianan. Tianan. Hearing Ma Xiaofeng's voice, Zhao Tianan was stunned. Zhao Yun heard it and couldn't help but frown. Ma Xiaofeng. She was like a troublemaker again. It wasn't easy for her younger brother to have some feelings for Mu Hin. She couldn't let Zhao Tianan ruin it. However, Zhao Yun didn't want to get involved. She had to see how her younger brother would deal with it. Only Zhao Tianan could handle it himself. Zhao Tianan never expected that Ma Xiaofeng would come to his house. He thought that Ma Xiaofeng must have seen the intimate scene between him and Mu Hin and misunderstood something. He couldn't help but feel a little worried. Then, he thought about it. What was he worried about? Since he didn't intend to be with Ma Xiaofeng in the future, even if Ma Xiaofeng misunderstood him, it didn't matter. Chapter 971. Zhao Tianan didn't want to go over, but he heard Ma Xiaofeng calling him again. Tianan. Seeing Zhao Tianan frowning, Mu Axin wondered if there was a problem between Zhao Tianan and Ma Xiaofeng, and if this problem was related to her, so she was a bit worried. Tianan, they're calling you. You should go over now. I need to go back now. Mu Hin felt that she was an eyesore in front of Zhao Tianan and Ma Xiaofeng, so she directly left. Zhao Tianan sighed looking at Mu Hin's back, then looked at Ma Xiaofeng. In the end, Zhao Tianan still walked towards Ma Xiaofeng. He wanted to know why Ma Xiaofeng came to see him. Ma Xiaofeng was happy to see Zhao Tianan walking towards her. When Zhao Tianan was right in front of her, she called out to Zhao Tianan happily, Tianan. Zhao Tianan frowned a little, then said to Ma Xiaofeng, Xiaofeng, why did you come to my house? Ma Xiaofeng sounded a little aggrieved. Tianan, I didn't find you on your property, so I came to find you. Why did you come to see me? Zhao Tianan asked in a gentle tone. After all, he couldn't ignore Ma Xiaofeng all of a sudden. Tianan, why didn't you come to see me for so long? I missed you so much. Didn't you miss me? Ma Xiaofeng looked at Zhao Tianan with a pitiful look. If an ordinary person saw this, they would definitely feel a trace of pity. Zhao Tianan's heart trembled when he heard Ma Xiaofeng's words. Ma Xiaofeng's words made Zhao Tianan feel indescribable. How could he not miss her? But every time he missed her, he would control himself, because it was meaningless. Instead, it made him feel miserable. Unless he could earn 50 taels of silver, he would have a chance to talk to Ma Xiaofeng again. He didn't want to waste his time. However, when Zhao Tianan didn't respond, Ma Xiaofeng thought Zhao Tianan didn't miss her. Ma Xiaofeng panicked. If Zhao Tianan didn't miss her, then he might really have a change of heart. How could that be? If Zhao Tianan didn't like her, she couldn't marry into the Zhao family. In the whole village, no, in the whole town, there was no better family than Zhao Yun. Ma Xiaofeng understood that once Zhao Yun married into the prince's mansion and became the princess consort, the Zhao family would be extraordinary in the future. Tianan, do you like Mu Hin? Tianan, don't be fooled by her. She's not a good woman. You don't know what the people in the village say about her. She even seduced her own brother-in-law. This kind of woman is too disgusting. She's definitely not sincere to you. Ma Xiaofeng said to Zhao Tianan anxiously. Zhao Tianan looked at Ma Xiaofeng like he didn't know her. In his impression, Ma Xiaofeng wasn't that kind of person. How could she say that? He knew the rumors in the village, but after interacting with Mu Hin, Zhao Tianan knew that Mu Hin wasn't that kind of person. Xiaofeng, I know what you're saying. There's nothing between me and Mu Hin, but I believe that Mu Hin isn't that kind of person. You just don't know her. Tianan, you. Chapter 972. Zhao Yun heaved a sigh of relief when she saw that her younger brother was no longer a fool. Ma Xiaofeng, that be *tch, made Zhao Yun angry when she heard what she said. She originally thought that Zhao Tianan had been persuaded by Ma Xiaofeng. Mu Hin was such a good girl. As her younger brother, she couldn't give up so easily. Fortunately, Zhao Tianan didn't listen to what Ma Xiaofeng said. Zhao Yun had a simple meal at the third branch's house for dinner. Then, she brought some dinner for Yili. The next day, she brought Zhao Ping's wedding dress back from Yang City. The bright red wedding dress looked very dazzling and beautiful. However, when she thought about wearing it on Zhao Ping, Zhao Yun felt that it was really a waste of beautiful clothes. As for the wash basin, boxes, and other furniture, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinchao went to the store to buy them. These things didn't cost much, only a few hundred copper coins. Yun, do you want to make a set of your wedding dress first? Liang Jinchao asked. She was more concerned about Zhao Yun's marriage. Zhao Yun didn't know when she would marry Mu Lianfeng, so there was no hurry to make the wedding dress. No need, mother. I'm not in a hurry. Liang Jinchao sighed slightly. Child, if you can get married soon, you should discuss it with the heir apparent. Don't delay it. Zhao Yun nodded. I know, mother. You don't have to worry about this. I know what to do. That's good. When they returned to old Zhao's house, Zhao Yun's second aunt, second uncle, and Zhao Yun's other unmarried cousin, Su Lady, came together. Zhao Yun originally thought that her second aunt wouldn't come. She didn't expect that her second aunt wouldn't come until the end. This time, she didn't come alone. It was a family of 3. Zhao Yun couldn't help but wonder if they came specially to freeload. Once they arrived at old Zhao's courtyard, Liang Jinfen exclaimed, Eldest sister, I'm here. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinchao both walked out. Second sister, brother-in-law, and lady, you're all here. Liang Jinchao. Su Dashan also greeted Liang Jinchao, yes, eldest sister. Su Lady also walked up to Liang Jinchao and greeted Liang Jinchao, eldest aunt. Hearing Su Lady's crisp greeting, Liang Jinchao also smiled and responded, Lady, you've grown taller and more beautiful. After all, Liang Jinfin and Liang Jinxiao's families didn't interact much, so Liang Jinxiao didn't see this niece of his. In the past few years, the child had grown up a lot, so the changes were also great. I'm so tired after walking such a long distance. Sigh, eldest sister, your house is really far away. We've walked for so long and finally arrived. My feet are probably going to be covered in blisters. Liang Jinfin grumbled. After Liang Jinfin finished speaking, Su Lady also patted her own legs, looking very tired. Liang Jinxiao hurriedly called out, "Second sister, brother-in-law, hurry up and rest in the house. Then have a glass of water." "Okay." Liang Jinfin responded faintly. Xiao Yun really couldn't stand it anymore. Her second aunt was really interesting. Did she really think of herself as a rich lady? She had only walked a short distance and was already complaining. Chapter 973. Xiao Yun's sarcasm made Liang Jinfin very unhappy. She reprimanded Xiao Yun, what do you mean by that? So what if I'm tired after walking for so long? So what if your parents aren't tired? So what if I'm tired? Eldest sister, look at your good daughter. How can she talk to her elders like that? She's so insensible. Liang Jinxiao frowned. Why did they suddenly quarrel again? She was in the middle and could only comfort them. Second sister, don't argue with Yun. She doesn't mean anything. She really doesn't know the rules at all. We're guests, so just treat us well. She doesn't know the rules. Fortunately, she's one of us. If it were someone else, I don't know what they'd say. They'd probably say she has no manners. As Liang Jinfin spoke, she reminded Su Lady, you mustn't be like your cousin Yun, okay? Su Lady answered weakly. Xiao Yun looked at Liang Jinfin as if she was looking at an idiot. It was a waste of breath to argue with an idiot. Hence, she sneered and replied, Second aunt, it's my business that I have no manners. You don't have to worry about this. Liang Jinfin choked with anger. She didn't have much energy left, so she didn't have the strength to quarrel with Xiao Yun. It was better to go into the house to rest and catch her breath. After entering the house of the third branch, she began to nitpick. Eldest sister, why is your house so small? It's so dark. Liang Jinxiao smiled helplessly and said, Eldest sister, hasn't my house always been like this? It's so uncomfortable to stay in this house. Liang Jinfin muttered again. She didn't know if she was deliberately nitpicking. Liang Jinfin's words made Liang Jinxiao extremely embarrassed. She didn't know what to say. Second sister, just make do with it and rest for a while. This house is too small and run down. I can't do anything about it, can I? Liang Jinxiao persuaded. Her new house hadn't been built yet. If it was built, it wouldn't be like this. She also wanted to move into the new house earlier, but there was a process involved. It's true. It's your fault that your family is poor. Liang Jinfin said sarcastically. Liang Jinxiao smiled sheepishly. Second sister, my family's house is better than yours. Yours or your house is your house. Your family is rich and can't live houses is. I know, big sister, let's rest. You and Yun can go and cook. Oh right, since we're here today, you have to prepare some delicious food for us. It can't be too shabby. Okay. Looking at Liang Jinfin's expression, Xiao Yun really wanted to slap her. How could there be such an annoying person? She really regretted it. If she had known that Liang Jinfin would be like this when she came to her house, she wouldn't have let her come. What kind of person did she think she was? Great, now that she came to her house, she acted like an ancestor and asked people to serve her. Yun-er felt unhappy just thinking about it. Let's go, Yun-er. Let's go and cook. Liang Jinchao called out to Zhao Yun-er. Zhao Yun nodded. Compared to staying in the house and looking at Liang Jinfen, she was more willing to go to the kitchen and cook. Chapter 974. Zhao Yun-er also smiled. How could she take it to heart? A dog had bitten a person, and the person couldn't possibly bite the dog back. Mother, it's all right. But mother, I do regret letting second aunt come to our house. It's as if we owe her something. Why is she so unreasonable? Liang Jinchao sighed softly. Sigh, Yun-er, forget it. There's nothing we can do about it. Your second aunt's character is like that. She's been like this for so many years. She won't be able to change in such a short time. We don't interact much on a daily basis, so it's fine if we don't interact with her. Zhao Yun-er responded. Fortunately, she didn't have to deal with him often. If she was like old Zhao's family and embarrassed in front of him all day long, she would be disgusted to death. Zhao Yun didn't prepare any special food for Liang Jinfen's family. She just ate the usual food. Even so, it wasn't shabby. After all, there was meat. Even the villagers could only eat it during festive occasions. In the third room, Liang Jinfen's family drank tea and chatted while resting. Su Lady complained, Mother, why did you ask me to come over when it's so far away? I'm so tired. You silly child. Let's eat more when there's one more person. We can't give the gift money for nothing. Let's eat more when we go back. Su Lady's mouth twitched. He was wondering what his mother was thinking. So this was what she was thinking. Mother, the food in our stomach will be digested after a while. Why would we tire ourselves out by walking? We might as well not come. Liang Jinfen glanced at Su Lady with an expression that said, this child doesn't understand. Lady, this is different. You ate your aunt's food, but you don't have any less food. No matter what, we can't let your aunt take advantage of us for nothing. Su Lady didn't know what to say to Liang Jinfen. He suffered so much for such a small amount of food. So what if his aunt's family took advantage of him? He really didn't understand. Oh, Mother, it smells so good. It smells like meat. Su Lady stretched his nose and sniffed. Sure enough, this was the smell. It smelled really good. Although the Su family was quite rich, that was only in this village. Compared to the average family, they were indeed much wealthier. Therefore, he didn't eat meat often. Basically, he only ate it once or twice a month. When everyone bought meat together, the amount of meat each person could eat was still relatively small. Therefore, meat was more attractive to Liang Jinfen and his family. Yes. Since we're here, he'll definitely cook meat for us. Mother, we haven't eaten meat for a few days. I'm dying of hunger. Then eat more later. Mother was right to let you come. If there's meat to eat, of course I'll come. Mother, even though it's like that, it's still quite torturous to eat this bit of meat. Ha! Liang Jinfen laughed heartily. You little girl, you really can't bear a little bit of hardship. But this is a good thing. In the future, you will definitely be able to marry into a good family like your sister. Speaking of this, Su Lady responded shyly. At this time, the people who went to work came back. Qin Yuan walked while wiping the beads of sweat on his forehead. Zhao Ping followed behind him. Seeing Qin Yuan working made her heart ache. For the past 2 days, Qin Yuan's attitude towards her could be said to be extremely disgusted. She didn't know if it was because of her swollen face. Could it be that he despised her for being too ugly? Chapter 975. Big Brother Yuan, slow down. Why are you in such a rush? Qin Yuan glanced at Zhao Ping, indifferently. Can you not be so annoying? Oh. Okay. Big Brother Yuan, I just feel sorry for you. Qin Yuan could not be bothered to talk nonsense with Zhao Ping, He was already exhausted from all the work, yet he still had to be annoyed by Zhao Ping, He really wanted to die. Endure a little longer. Endure a little longer. After marrying Zhao Ping, there would be plenty of ways to torment her in the future. Once they entered the house, they saw a few people sitting in the house. Then, Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshan walked over. When they saw Liang Jinfen and her family, they smiled and said, "Oh, second sister, you guys are here too." Compared to their attitude towards Liang Jinyu, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui's attitude could be said to be very different. It was only because the Su family's conditions were good. If the Su family's conditions were not good enough, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui would definitely not have a good attitude. Yeah, we're here to give Ping, some money as a gift. Big brother, second brother, why are you guys here too? Are you also here to give Ping, some money as a gift? Liang Jinfen still did not know that Zhao Yun's family was building a house, so she thought that Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui were here for the same reason. Liang Jinshan waved his hand and said, "No, second sister. It's because big sister's family is building a house. Second brother and I are masons, so we came over to help out." So that's the case. Liang Jinfen nodded, but sighed in her heart. Could it be that her eldest sister's family was so rich that they were starting to build a house? Building a house was not easy. It would cost a lot of money. It was not something that an ordinary family could casually take out. Liang Jinfen thought about how she had complained about Liang Jinxiao's house being small and suddenly felt that it was somewhat ironic. She had completely slapped herself in the face. She originally wanted to mock her eldest sister's house, but now her face was burning with pain. Liang Jinfen couldn't bring himself to smile. The corners of her mouth twitched, and she asked with a bit of jealousy, "So Big Sis is building a house? I wonder what kind of house is Big Sis building? Was it an adobe house or a brick house? How big is it?" Liang Jinshan answered Liang Jinfen's questions one by one. "Your eldest sister's house is made of bricks and tiles. There are about 10 of them in total. It's very big. When it's built, it'll definitely be the biggest house in the village. It'll be so grand." When Liang Jinfen heard what Liang Jinshan said, the jealousy in his heart deepened. 10 brick houses. That would be even more impressive than their Su family's house. Liang Jinfen's face looked worse than if he were crying, but he couldn't express his feelings. Then I really have to congratulate Big Sister's family. That's for sure. When your eldest sister's house is built, we can come over more often. When the time comes, we'll have a place to rest. Even if we can't go back at night, we'll have a room to sleep in." Liang Jinfen smiled embarrassedly and said, "Yes. Big brother, you're right, quick, take a seat. Everyone, don't just stand there." Zhao Wenhua called out. "Okay, everyone, take a seat." Liang Jinfen felt a little uncomfortable as she sat down. The more he thought about it, the more jealous he became. Why? Why could his eldest sister's family live such a good life? Their family's life was almost the same as theirs. Chapter 976. After all, Liang Jinfen could not bear to see her siblings living better than her. It would be fine if they were doing well in the beginning. However, the problem was that Liang Jinqiao's family was so much worse than hers in the past. With such a comparison, Liang Jinfen felt a sense of superiority in her heart. When she thought about going back to her maternal family in the future, the people in her maternal family would definitely talk about her eldest sister and not her. Liang Jinfen felt even more upset in her heart. Since Liang Jinfen's family came over, Xiao Wenhua grabbed some peanuts, melon seeds, and candy. He placed them on the table and asked everyone in the house to eat. These things could not be eaten by the villagers on a daily basis. They would only be willing to buy some during the new year. Therefore, when they saw it, they happily grabbed it and ate it, chatting as they ate. The food is not ready yet. Eat some of these things first to fill your stomach. Xiao Wenhua said with a smile. Brother-in-law, you're too polite. Su Dashan said with a smile. You all came all the way here. It's only right to be polite. Xiao Wenhua said with a smile. Come, let's eat. Everyone else ate happily. Only Liang Jinfen felt that the food was tasteless in his mouth. If it was in the past, he would have eaten all these things in excitement. However, because he was in a bad mood, he did not feel anything when he ate. The few of them had not eaten for a while. Xiao Yun and Liang Jinqiao had already prepared the meal. They brought the food into the house and called for everyone to eat. It's time to eat. The food is still the best. Let's eat. Brother-in-law, put away the melon seeds, peanuts, and candy on the table. We'll eat them tomorrow. Liang Jinshan said. Okay. Just as Xiao Wenhua was about to put it away, Liang Jinfen looked at it and could not bear to. She had only eaten a little and was already taking it away. Her eldest brother and second brother could eat it tomorrow, but she could not eat it. Liang Jinfen thought about it. He couldn't let Xiao Wenhua take it away so easily. Thus, he hurriedly said to Xiao Wenhua, Brother-in-law, grab some candies for me. My little brother hasn't eaten yet. Xiao Wenhua paused for a moment before handing the candy over. Come, eat more. Xiao Wenhua was just being polite, but Liang Jinfen took it seriously. Or rather, he had planned to catch a lot of them from the beginning. Liang Jinfen reached out and grabbed a bunch of candies. Looking at Liang Jinfen's appearance, it was as if she couldn't wait to grab as many as possible with one hand. With this grab, there were more than just a few candies. When Xiao Wenhua saw this, he couldn't say anything. Thinking about it, if he couldn't even bear to part with this little candy, his wife's sister would definitely say something. After Liang Jinfen grabbed it, he poked Su Lady who was beside him. Come, lady, quickly catch it. When Su Lady saw so many candies, he took them from the bag. Mother, there's so much. Su Lady exclaimed. Isn't this great? Go back and eat slowly. Su Lady nodded. Got it, mother. Liang Jinfen calculated that these candies could be eaten for a lot of money. A bunch of them should be worth 10 copper coins. She felt like she had taken advantage of them. Now, she regretted not eating more peanuts and melon seeds just now. She didn't expect the food to be served so quickly. Liang Jinfen glanced at the table and saw a bowl of red braised pork, fish head tofu, green pepper scrambled eggs, stir-fried vegetables, peanuts, and a vegetable egg soup for herself. What a sumptuous meal! Chapter 977. The better the reception, the more upset Liang Jinfen felt. It seemed like his eldest sister's family was really rich. It was really enviable that she could eat such good food every day. Big brother-in-law, the food at your house is really good. Su Dashan couldn't help but exclaim. Not only did the food look sumptuous, but it also smelled delicious. The smell made one's mouth water and they couldn't wait to try it. Xiao Wenhua smiled and waved her hand. It's nothing. It's just home-cooked food. This is what I usually eat. When Zhao Wenhua said that, Liang Jinfen almost died of jealousy. Liang Jinshan added, that's right, second sister. That's what we usually eat. Then, Liang Jinshan asked Liang Jinxiao curiously, big sister, the last time little sister came over, you prepared a table full of good food. Why didn't second sister prepare better this time? Liang Jinshan was also greedy. When he thought about the taste of the braised chicken last time, Liang Jinshuan's mouth watered. The food at that time was too good, plus Xiao Yun's cooking, it really made people have a rich aftertaste after eating it once. Liang Jinfen felt uncomfortable when he heard that. Her eldest brother meant that when Liang Jinxiao saw Liang Jinyu come over, Liang Jinxiao treated her well. However, when he came over, Liang Jinxiao didn't treat him well. In comparison, her eldest sister didn't treat her as well as her youngest sister. Liang Jinfen's face darkened. He was very unhappy. Liang Jinxiao was very embarrassed. Her eldest brother's words made it seem like she didn't treat him well on purpose. Big sister, if you have a problem with me, just say it. You don't have to be like this. Liang Jinfen snorted softly. Liang Jinfen thought that Liang Jinxiao held a grudge against them previously. Liang Jinxiao sighed softly and said, second sister, I don't have a problem with you. You think too much. Am I overthinking? If you don't have a problem with it, then it's your Yuner. What kind of person is this? Since I'm here, I'm a guest, so I have to be treated well. Why is it that when Lil Sis is here, there's better treatment, but when I'm here, everything is the same as usual? If you don't have a problem with me, then you're looking down on me. Liang Jinfen spat out a bunch of nasty words. Xiao Yuner could not help but snort coldly in her heart. This second aunt of hers was really interesting. It was already good enough that he gave her the food, but she was still trying to act innocent after getting a bargain. Even if she really had a problem with it, it was because Liang Jinfen had done something wrong before that she would have a problem with it. She was not an unreasonable person. After patiently listening to Liang Jinfen's scolding, Xiao Yun smiled and said to Liang Jinfen, second aunt, which eye of yours saw that my mother and I have a problem with you? If we really have a problem with it, then the food we prepared for lunch was even worse than usual. Look at the table full of dishes. Ask yourself honestly, can't we serve these dishes to our guests? As for why youngest aunt only prepared better when you came, that's because youngest aunt had informed me before coming, so I prepared the dishes in advance. Of course, the dishes are sumptuous. Who asked second aunt to not inform us before coming? If I hadn't reminded second aunt, I reckon you wouldn't have come, right? After Xiao Yun finished speaking, Liang Jinfen was speechless. Chapter 978. Liang Jinhui added, that's right, second sister. It's enough to prepare such a meal. How much better can it be? Normal families won't be able to eat such food. You're the one who's not kind. Why did you only come now? You didn't even inform eldest sister's family when you came. Otherwise, eldest sister would definitely have prepared such delicious food. Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshen were both biased towards Xiao Yun. The two of them were very clear-minded and knew who to help and who not to help. If it were in the past, they would definitely stand on Liang Jinfen's side. After all, Liang Jinfen's family had a much better life than Xiao Yun's family in the past. Now, Liang Jinfen's family's life was not as good as Xiao Yun's. It could even be said that the difference was too great. As long as one wasn't stupid, one would know which side to stand on. Liang Jinfen pursed his lips. Now that his eldest brother and second brother were speaking up for him, it was even harder for him to say anything. Alright, let's eat. Don't wait, the food is getting cold. Zhao Wenhua hurriedly said when he saw that the atmosphere was a little awkward. Su Dashan was a little more tactful. He tugged at Liang Jinfin and said to Liang Jinfin, "Come on, brother's mother, eldest brother, second brother is right. It's not easy for us to come here. Let's be polite and not quarrel." Liang Jinfin responded faintly. Actually, Zhao Wenhua and Su Dashan's words gave him a way out. Everyone in the house sat down and ate around the table. However, the women and children of the third branch did not sit at the table. After all, there were too many people. If they all sat down, there wouldn't be enough space at the table. With guests around, it was naturally inappropriate for their own family to sit at the table. The men ate and drank happily. Liang Jinfin still felt uncomfortable, but he couldn't show it. "Brother Yuan, you're tired from working. Eat more meat so that you'll have energy in the afternoon." Zhao Ping directly scooped up a few pieces of meat from the bowl and placed them into Qin Yuan's bowl. In fact, although there was a big bowl of meat in the bowl, there were 10 people in the family. Each person could only get a few pieces. If they didn't stuff it into Qin Yuan's bowl as soon as possible, Qin Yuan probably wouldn't be able to eat it. Qin Yuan didn't refuse. In fact, he wanted to eat, but he was too embarrassed to take more. After all, it was in front of so many people. When Liang Jinshan saw this, he couldn't help but laugh. Ping is really good to her husband. She really cares about him. Zhao Ping couldn't tell that Liang Jinshan was being sarcastic. She replied cheerfully, "Uncle, what are you talking about? Since he's my husband, if I don't love him, who else should I love?" Liang Jinshuan's mouth twitched. He really wondered if there was something wrong with Zhao Ping's head. Liang Jinhui said, "Ping, you don't only love your husband. As elders, we also have to love him, right? It's not like he's the only one working. We all have to work in the afternoon. We all have to work hard, and we have to work harder than him." Zhao Ping frowned slightly and replied unhappily. "First uncle, second uncle, if you want to eat, you can eat by yourselves. Why do you want me to love him? There are so many people here. Do I still have to help you all eat? You lass, that's how it is." Zhao Ping pouted. "Big brother, second brother, you guys eat. Help yourselves. There's no need for Ping to help." Liang Jinhui smiled and called out to them. He was helping Zhao Ping out of this situation. Chapter 979. At the dining table, Liang Jinfin sized up Zhao Ping and Qin Yuan curiously. He lamented in his heart that it was already not easy for Zhao Ping to get married. He did not expect her future husband to be so good-looking. Could it be that his eldest sister's ancestral grave was emitting smoke? How did they suddenly become rich? It really made one feel that it was a little inconceivable and unfathomable. Thinking about his family again, why did they not have such luck? It was really infuriating. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. Jealous words rang out. "Yo, Ping's future husband is not bad, huh? How's his family background?" Speaking of this, Liang Jin casually replied, "What can it be? Isn't he just a pauper?" "What? Pauper?" "Yeah, his family is poor. He doesn't have much money." "So that's the case. I was wondering why he was willing to marry Ping. Liang Jinfin had a look of understanding, and his mood instantly became much better. However, Qin Yuan felt that this was humiliating him. He could not help but clench his fists tightly. If not for the untimely timing, he would have slapped his chopsticks and left. Zhao Ping glared at Liang Jinfin angrily. "Second aunt, what do you mean? I don't mean anything. What do you mean? You're saying that I'm not worthy of Big Brother Yuan. Liang Jinfen chuckled and said, Ping her, didn't you say so yourself? Second aunt isn't laughing at you. What I said is the truth. Enough, Ping er, don't say any more. Zhao Wenhua tugged at Zhao Ping er. The elders are talking to you. Just listen, lest they say that you're impolite. That's right. Ping er, you have to listen to your father and respect your elders. Otherwise, when you go to your in-laws' house, they'll say that your parents didn't have a good upbringing. Xiao Ping was so angry that she couldn't speak, but she hated Liang Jinfen very much. She only hoped that Liang Jinfen would quickly finish his meal and leave. He had seen many annoying people, but this was the first time he had seen someone as annoying as Liang Jinfen. It wasn't just because of this incident. Previously, Liang Jinfen liked to bully them. Previously, they even said that Zhao Ping was so ugly that she would definitely not be able to get married in the future. Of course, Liang Jinfen had said that because he had looked down on them previously. The atmosphere during the meal was not very good. Because of Liang Jinfen's nagging, Zhao Yun was also very disgusted. After lunch, Liang Jinfen and his family could finally leave. Zhao Yun'er also heaved a sigh of relief in her heart, as if she had chased away a plague. Liang Jinfen was that plague. He was extremely annoying. Before they left, Liang Jinfen was a little reluctant to take out the gift money. He said to Liang Jinxiao, elder sister, your family is so rich now. I don't think you care about this little gift money of mine, right? Zhao Yun'er looked at Liang Jinfen's posture. It was as if he was reluctant to part with the gift money. Zhao Yun'er was instantly displeased. What kind of person was this? Zhao Yun'er was afraid that her mother would be stupid, so she hurriedly said. Second aunt, you're wrong to say that. It doesn't matter if it's rare or not, it's still etiquette. This can't be ignored. The more money you have, the more generous second aunt is. My sister Ping is finally getting married. Second aunt is sister Ping's biological aunt. Naturally, it can't be too shabby. This time, Zhao Ping had grown some brains. She followed behind Zhao Yun'er and said, that's right, second aunt. Yun'er is right. Your gift money can't be too shabby. Chapter 980. Liang Jinfen snorted softly. At the end of the day, she still wanted money. Liang Jinxiao really did not want to fork out this money. Although the Su family was rich, the Su family was not divided and the money was basically in the hands of her parents-in-law. Therefore, she did not have much money on hand. Moreover, she gave birth to a daughter and did not have much status in the Su family. If not for the fact that Su Xiaodi married into a good family, she would probably be even more disliked. Therefore, Liang Jinfen understood that if he could save some money, he would save some money. Now that he could not save money, he could only reluctantly take out the money that he had prepared as a gift and hand it to Liang Jinxiao. Here, eldest sister, take it. Liang Jinxiao took it and kept it properly. It was exactly 88 copper coins. Not a single copper coin more or less. Liang Jinfen returned the same amount that their family had given him back then. He did not add anything at all. However, knowing what kind of person Liang Jinfen was, Liang Jinxiao did not make a fuss about it. Even if he did, he probably would not be able to come up with a reason. It was not worth it to be unhappy over a few copper coins or a dozen copper coins. Second sister, do you want to rest for a while and chat? Liang Jinxiao asked politely. Zhao Yun hurriedly interrupted. It was not easy to send such a scourge away, how could she let her stay at home? Mother, second aunt and second uncle must have something to do when they go back. It's such a long journey, it will take a long time to walk back. Second aunt's feet still hurt, so she probably needs to walk and rest. If you keep her here for too long, won't it be dark by the time she gets back? Zhao Yun's intention to chase them away was obvious. Liang Jinchao continued, that's true. Second sister, younger sister, it's not good for me to keep you here. Go back early and rest early. You must be exhausted today. Liang Jinfan's eyes moved and he said to Liang Jinchao, eldest sister, don't you have a little donkey at home? I still have a long way to go. Why don't you ask Yun to send me back with the donkey? Anyway, the donkey runs very fast. We can send you back in a while. If we walk back by ourselves, we don't know how long it will take. My legs are almost crippled from walking here. I'm afraid that it will be even more uncomfortable if I walk, you see. Liang Jinchao's words, she did not know where Liang Jinfan's thick skin from. She smiled and said to Liang Jinfan, second aunt, you're thinking too much. Haven't you seen people who really have money to send gifts back in a car? I'm not so free. There are still many things to be done at home. I don't have time for that. Liang Jinfan's face darkened. Little girl Yun, what can you be busy with? You don't have time to send your second aunt back. Zhao Yun chuckled. Second aunt, I have a lot of things to do. I don't have as much free time as you think. I have a lot of things to do when I get back. Liang Jinchao was not so stupid now. He chimed in, Yun's second aunt, Yun does have a lot of things to do. It's not easy to finish the stall early. She's a little tired. She should rest for a while after she's done, right? Otherwise, her body won't be able to take it. Liang Jinfan's mouth twitched. Ha, that Yun girl is really capable. Chapter 981. Zhao Ping said sarcastically, some people are really shameless. How dare they ask others to send them off? It's as if someone owes them something. It's not like our family is working for others for free. Su Dashan felt uncomfortable when he heard that. He tugged at Liang Jinfan and said, lady's mother, forget it. Let's walk back on our own. Don't trouble Yun. Mother, they have legs. Let's walk on our own. We don't want to be scolded by others. Su lady tugged at Liang Jinfan. Regarding the attitude of Zhao Yun's family, Su lady felt that Zhao Yun's family looked down on their family, so he was somewhat angry. Liang Jinfan nodded reluctantly. Okay. It was not like before, where they could gain many benefits. What goes around comes around, big sister, we'll leave now. We'll come back on Ping's wedding day. Liang Jinfan said. Okay. Second sister, brother-in-law, and lady's daughter, be careful on the road. Okay. Hypocrite. After Liang Jinfan and his family left, the house became much quieter. The men also went to work, leaving only Zhao Yun, Zhao Ping, and Liang Jinchao. Zhao Ping, couldn't wait to ask Liang Jinchao, Mother, where's my wedding dress? Did you bring it back for me? Liang Jinchao nodded hurriedly. I brought it back. Fortunately, she remembered to bring it back. Otherwise, her eldest daughter would definitely make a fuss again. It's good that you brought it back. Mother, give it to me. I want to try it on. Zhao Ping shouted. Liang Jinchao had no choice but to take out the wedding dress. There was no harm in Zhao Ping trying it on. She wanted to see how it looked after she put it on. Well, let's give it a try. Zhao Ping saw the bright red dress. It was really beautiful. Under normal circumstances, it was impossible to wear such beautiful clothes. Thinking that most people don't have such a wedding dress, but she has one, Xiao Ping felt even more happy. There were no other men in the house, so Xiao Ping couldn't wait to take off her clothes and put on her wedding dress. The bright red clothes were very dazzling. It was indeed different from ordinary clothes made of coarse cloth. "Mother, look at me. Do I look good in it?" Liang Jinqiao sized her up and smiled at Xiao Ping. "You look good, Ping you look good in anything." Hearing Liang Jinqiao's praise, Xiao Ping's cheeks turned slightly red. "Hee, then if I wear this wedding dress, will Big Brother Yuan like me when he sees me like this?" Facing Xiao Ping's expectant face, Liang Jinqiao really couldn't bear to tell the truth. Xiao Ping looked good in this dress, but that was only in terms of the dress. As for Xiao Ping's face, forget it. He couldn't even bear to look at it directly. However, in order to not make Xiao Ping sad, Liang Jinqiao definitely wouldn't mention Xiao Ping's face. Of course he will like it. How can he not like it when you look so good? Hee, mother, I think so too. As long as Big Brother Yuan likes it, it's fine. But, Xiao Ping frowned and moved up and down. Liang Jinqiao asked curiously, "But what's wrong, Ping?" "But mother, my body feels so tight. It's a little uncomfortable." Is that so?" Liang Jinqiao's brows twitched. "It's true." Xiao Ping nodded heavily and replied. Chapter 982. Xiao Ping frowned and said in a low voice, "Mom, it seems like the clothes are really tight and don't fit. Did the tailor shop make a mistake?" Liang Jinqiao pondered for a moment and said, "Ping, it can't be, right? You went there personally and the tailor made the clothes for you. This shop has a good reputation, so it's impossible for them to make a mistake with such a small thing, right?" Xiao Ping pouted and said, "Then why?" "Mom, it's because it doesn't fit. It's too tight and it feels a little tight." Liang Jinqiao could only ask, "Ping, why don't we bring it back to the shop tomorrow and tell them that it doesn't fit and ask them to change it?" "Mom, my marriage is coming soon. How will I have the time to change it? I don't want to be unable to get my clothes back when I get married," Xiao Ping complained a little dejectedly. Liang Jinqiao nodded and felt that Xiao Ping was right. It would definitely take a long time to change it. After all, they were not the only business in the shop. Xiao Yun's mouth twitched for a moment and she couldn't help but say, "Sister Ping, actually, you can't blame others. It's not that they did anything wrong or that the clothes didn't fit you. It's..." Xiao Yun deliberately stopped herself from saying the rest of her sentence. If she said it out loud, she was afraid that Xiao Ping would fly into a rage. Xiao Ping asked very unhappily. "But what?" "Xiao Yun, if you have something to say, just say it. Don't dilly-dally." Xiao Yun smiled and said, "Sister Ping, I can say it, but I'm afraid that you'll be angry. If you're not angry after I say it, then I'll say it." Xiao Ping rolled her eyes. She felt that Xiao Yun definitely wouldn't say anything good, but she couldn't help but be curious. "Say it, I won't be angry." Xiao Ping pouted and said, "Actually, Sister Ping, you've gained weight recently and it doesn't match your previous body shape. That's why the clothes they made you feel that they're a little tight." After Xiao Yun finished speaking, Liang Jinqiao stared at Xiao Ping and felt that it was indeed the case. Previously, Xiao Ping's face was swollen. Xiao Ping's because she was slapped by Xiao Yun. Now, looking at Xiao Ping, Er's body had also gained a lot of SSSS. She's body shape. Actually, this was understandable. Recently, she had been eating meat every day, and every meal was a meal with oil. Xiao Ping ate so much every meal, but she didn't exercise much. It was also very difficult for her not to gain weight even if she didn't want to. Xiao Ping asked unhappily, "Mom, have I gained weight?" Liang Jinchao nodded. "Yes, you've gained weight. But Ping, it's good to gain weight. What's so good about not having any meat at all? But you'll look ugly if you gain weight." Big Brother Yuan said that he doesn't like girls who are too fat. Xiao Ping was very vexed and didn't know what to do. She really didn't realize that she had actually gained weight. Xiao Ping reached out and touched her body. There was indeed a layer of meat. No wonder the clothes would be tight when she wore them. Speaking of which, it was her own fault. It wasn't the shop owner's fault. Sister Ping, since you know that brother-in-law doesn't like fat people, then you should eat less in the future. Oh right, eating meat is the easiest to gain weight. Don't eat our family's meat in the future. Just bear with it for a period of time and you'll be fine. Oh right, you can also often do farm work and exercise. This will help you lose weight. Zhao Yun suggested with a hint of ridicule in her voice. You're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.